Hello everyone, welcome to the 32nd King Puff Cup, still going strong in the 4th season. I'm That's Bright, and I will be here for this intro and the first 4 rounds, and I am joined by the Hagen Gnome.
Yes, indeed. Once again, the best duo has returned.
It's a lovely weekend for a beatdown. This is looking like a pretty stacked tournament as well. I'm seeing a lot of names here I'm familiar with.
As well.
A lot of new names, a lot of names that some of our more learned viewers will recognize. Like Adrian, Darien, Aser, they've all come back. It's great to see them again.
Thankfully.
Yep, and obviously the ones that are always slugging it out at these tournaments. You've got Cat, Grey Wolf, Gamer, Zenu. I didn't see Mephisto showing up, so...
And Westland, like... Andy's in there. Even Dova.
Yeah. Looking like a very promising tournament.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of potentially very fun and interesting matchups that could happen.
Mm-hmm. So, I believe are we cutting into any intro videos before we start the cast? I'm not sure if that's the plan for this one, or are we going straight into it? We'll find out shortly, of course. But what are your expectations going into this tournament? Any particular cards you think from the latest set might be making an appearance?
I think the most used new card, the new card that will be used the most, there we go, by far will be the Shield Guard, if I get the name correct. There.
There's been a lot of talk around that card.
Very potent card, I wouldn't say it's overpowered necessarily, but it's definitely a card that I feel has a lot of all-rounder qualities.
Yeah,
very tanky, decent DPS.
It fits a very strong role. We haven't really had that many cards of like the 6-7 mana range that were just good at most purposes. Indeed, like you said, it's that all-rounder card that fits nicely into that higher end slot when you really need something big.
There's also combo into the Dragon Ball, which not too many other minions do. Cleaver has been the go-to for that 6-cost minion to activate the Dragon Ball, but now we have another very good option in the same decks.
Yeah, a very efficient answer to that. It looks like we have our first game lined up, actually.
Do we?
Yep, it's going to be James and Grey Wolf will be our first match.
That seems very fun.
Very fun. These both two are obviously very experienced players.
I don't feel James has been playing too many tournaments lately, unless I'm mistaken on that point.
Yeah, no, he's sort of taking more of a backseat in the Minion Masters community. He's still been playing, just not as much on a competitive level, but obviously he's back, and he's got some very interesting decks lined up I'm looking forward to. He's got the Milloween, the Mortar, the Ravager, the King Puff.
New cards included in the decks here as well.
I see every deck's got a new card in it, actually. I'm particularly interested, looking forward to his Crack Ghoul Mortar deck. That's a card I'm very happy about.
Yeah, it's quite a nice design on that card as well. I quite like it. It's just sexy, I feel.
It's got that really nice effect, but the drawback of the initial play of it is large enough for you to have to strategize around it. And it's got some really nice combo activation.
Indeed. I also see, as you can see in James's KP deck here, he has the Shadow Whelp, which is definitely a card that I've seen, especially the last week or so, included in a lot of KP decks, as it does combo with the second perk there. Yeah.
Meanwhile, for Grey Wolf, you got some pretty standard lineups there. You got the King Puff, Mortar, Milloween, and Stormbringer. Basically like something you'd see out of a cat list. So,
yeah,
two out of the ordinary there.
Grey Wolf seems to be bringing very cat-like decks, I suppose, which can't be a bad thing.
And we come into the bans here. James bans King Puff and Mortar off of Grey Wolf, while Grey Wolf bans Ravager and King Puff. So we might have a good chance of seeing that Crackle Doomcleaver in play here. I'd be looking forward to that, certainly.
Yes, and that will be quite fun indeed. It would be the first showing of that card. Well, all new cards would be the first showing in this tournament, but it will be nice to see that card in the first matchup.
Alright, so the bands are in. We're waiting for that first match. Is the main microphone picking up the background noise? I'm not sure.
A bit, but not too much. So you shouldn't...
Okay, I will, yeah. I think after this match I'll quickly go shut up my window in the downtime.
Sounds good.
So what are you expecting James to open with exactly here?
I'm not really sure. I haven't really seen him play much lately, and well, at least to me, it doesn't feel like he usually picks what I expect him to pick. So I'm
unpredictable.
Really not sure.
I feel I actually do want to comment. I like the Millween deck. I think that was the Gorak Gate and Grasping Thorns combo is quite similar to something we saw on Ladder at the start of the season. Someone was running double of that combo, I think. And it was a really efficient way to answer the drawback to the Gorak Gate, as well as help remove some of the pressure from whatever they played to turn them to their side in the first place. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in practice in a tournament setting. I know it's a very strong deck on Ladder.
Yeah, and it's also fairly cheap here, so...
Yeah, it's also a very inventive way of using that new card. I know a lot of people had some trouble with it. Some people calling that card complete trash, but others seem to definitely disagree.
I mean, I don't think any card is complete trash. It obviously depends how you use it, but I do agree that it's not the strongest card in the new set. We are going to be getting in here soon.
Yep. As for Grey Wolf, he's got the option between the Milloween and the Stormbringer. I think Milloween's just nice and consistent.
Yeah, Milloween is generally a master that I would also be comfortable opening with.
I think it's better for James to open with the Milloween, thinking about it, because actually it depends, really. I guess Small Minions really isn't a good answer to Crackle Doom Cleaver. You do not want to be feeding them a scrap pack. I have to say.
No. It'll just be, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't think that either of these decks can be like completely counterpicked by the other.
They look fairly even, yeah. Between the two of them, though, I think the Milloween will just have a better time against James's decks. So, looks like the match is starting up now, so just a bit of loading and then we'll get it.
I feel like my coffee hasn't kicked in yet. My brain is still completely dead. Hopefully that will improve in the next few minutes. At least I'm happy that haven't gotten any spectating bugs yet. Then again, I'm probably jinxing myself just by saying that.
Probably jinxing yourself right now.
Not sure if you're loading in or not, but I am...
I seem to be stuck on the loading screen as well. This one might have failed to connect.
Yeah, I'm seem to be on an endless loading screen, so I did jinx myself. God damn it.
You did jinx yourself.
Why do I do this?
Okay, let's see if we can get in contact. Saying the players are in game, so...
Hopefully, I suppose a restart might be required at this point.
Oh, I'm in now. I managed to connect now.
Alright.
I think there might be some spectating issues when you try and spectate before the match actually starts.
It could be a thing. I mean, it did just roll out a new update, so it wouldn't be unusual to find a few bugs here or there.
I feel like we tested that, though, before, but we got a nice start here.
Go. They didn't load in as well here on my side. Right, so Stormbringer versus Mordar. No Milloween's showing up in the first match.
Grey Wolf, just keep trying to reconnect, Joe. The Stormbringer gets the Mordar in the end. I think the main reason I didn't really like this was the potential that James opens up with the Milloween and has the Gorak Gate. Because then Stormbringer's not really able to efficiently deal with pretty much any of that stuff. Maybe the Dragon Whelps, but the Cleaver and the Swarmers he's not going to be really good against because he one-shots the Swarmers, meaning you'll never get them for yourselves.
Bara here not going to get much done with the close tank. Well, tank will open up, and Fire Imp actually not hitting the Bara at all there. That's not great. Resting a Bara as well. That's very, very good. That's the best possible rest in his deck.
It's pretty easy to push up on him though with that scrap tank at the Fire Imp.
It is. Very nice to get the high value rest like that.
Oh, but there's that Crackle Beast. He's melting from all this damage right now.
It does almost
just barely has that second hit off.
Stormbringer just ending his life there.
Yeah, didn't have a nice little discount on the Never Bat and the Never Step. Not sure how I feel too much in regards to getting a free Never Bat. Might not be the best result possible. There's some quick bridge grab, I suppose.
It could be alright, but definitely not a high power card that will do much. Health advantage though, definitely in Grable's favor. He's barely lost any health at all, while James is definitely feeling it.
Yeah, the Bara is just really bad against Scrap Tank is the thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, the Fire Imp almost gets pushed into Screaming Scrap range by that Scrap Tank there.
Yeah, the tank just,
this tank is making life really hard for James right now.
It really is. I mean, James is getting some fairly decent reses, but it's not keeping him in the game at this point. He's not getting the value he needs.
I mean, most of the reses he's been getting are like Bara or Scrap Tank, and then Grable's own Scrap Tank can just push up pretty effectively against that. He has got the free Never Step now, but...
I mean, still, those reses are still one of the best reses in the deck. Like, two of the best reses he can get. And even with that, he's not getting anywhere with it at all. Grable has yet to lose more than that initial 40 HP. And XP advantage as well, going in Grable's favor by a 20 or so margin.
So another good Bara for James, but that's, again, it's played into the lane with a Scrap Tank, which really isn't going to care about it. And there's a nice little Fire Imp behind it.
Yeah, and he has nothing to tank for the Bara either there. And yeah, it will rest, which is great, but it doesn't get much value before it dies anyway. So the rest doesn't do too much. And now it will just die quickly again, I would assume, without getting anything done again. Well, taking out the tank, but it's not getting that much value. That is a good rest, though. Or no,
James is losing a lot of value here in regards to the... James is losing a lot of value in regards to the Voidborn cards, because he missed a discount there, I think. Possibly two. It's quite possible. That, but I don't know. The thing with the Crackle in his deck is that what exactly is it discounting? There's a Fire, a Never Step, and a Never Bat. Those aren't really great targets for it.
I mean, I'm not completely sure what the train of thought is behind it, or like the plan. I mean, I'm sure he has some sort of like ideal setup that he wants with it, but he's not getting it, it seems like, so far. And now, with Storming a third perk, that additional DPS from Greywolf's side will not help James either. James is running dangerously low on HP here.
Yeah, he's just had to really take a beating every time that Scrap Tank goes down on the field. Greywolf's just able to push up effortlessly.
And Bara just keeps being annihilated. Oh, and that rest.
That's gonna be it. I don't think you can't kill that.
Nah, there's
nothing. So Greywolf taking game one. Oh no, the Screaming Scrap redirects and keep him alive a little bit longer, but
the
53 damage is pretty precarious against a Stormbringer.
You can just not let any... Well, can let one ping through. That's all he can do.
And he doesn't really have much to go on here. Do...
Just trying to hold on.
Crackle, but it just dies so quickly.
Trying to get the style points at the end. Showing that you will not be pushed over completely easily, at least.
There's the Rage Shower coming in, though. And that'll finish it. Greywolf takes game one. Pretty convincing. The Scrap Tank just answered his entire deck.
Yeah, that was... he just... I mean, he got good value rests, like 7 mana here, 7 mana there, 8, 9 mana, like 5 mana, 4 mana. I mean, he got pretty decent rests, but the rest just did nothing anyway.
Yeah.
And that just made him lose, basically. They didn't have the answers he needed.
So that is going to leave Grey Wolf with the Milloween. And then James is going to choose between the Mauler and Milloween himself. I think he'll probably switch. Is he allowed to switch?
My head is completely blank right now.
I feel like he
question.
is. I feel like he is, and in that case, he should probably switch to his Milloween. Like, the scrap tank is just really painful for him.
Yeah, I would not stick on the Mordor here. And jumping into the game? Yes.
It's like you said, doesn't matter what quality of res you get, if you're just going to get the scrap tank up in your face. And expect it worked that time, so...
Yeah, this time it
doesn't seem to be broken beyond repair.
Thankfully. It does seem that James has that's the guild avatar, isn't it? The Setsu there?
Yes, that is. That's from level 10. I think the only guild that has unlocked right now is the Puff Champ guild, so...
Which I am a proud member of currently, as well.
The elite.
Oh,
I have my own guild, though, because I was able to use dev sheets and change the color of its name, so...
Ah, hacks. I see how it is. Those developer benefits.
I'm a simple man. But you see it there, actually. That was a pretty example of what I was talking about with the Gorak Gate. Grey Wolf got none of those Swarmers for himself. James literally just paid 2 mana for 7 Swarmers, because against Stormbringer, how is he gonna efficiently turn them against each other without playing his own minion?
But then at the same time, if you just have like an Illo Cleaver or something there, then you turn all of those in with 1 mana, and then...
Then again, the Milloween basic attack will deal those pretty well, so...
Well, fair enough. But I feel like it's a card with a lot of ups and downs. It can fuck you over if you're a bit unlucky or if you're playing against the wrong deck.
Good fireball there from James, though. Takes out most of the push, and then Xiao dies to the Arcane Golem afterwards.
Is that effect on the Arcane Golem new?
Yes, it is, but it's supposed to be world space and not directly attached to the model. I know one of our artists was very annoyed at that.
Looks a bit weird, but...
Yeah, it's not supposed to rotate with the Arcane Golem, it's supposed to stick.
Ah, I see.
But it is a new effect, yeah.
Nice. Graphics upgrade. Poggers.
Graphics upgrade. Also be getting people using default Setsu. She got a slight retexture as well. Thanks to our new color spaces. Made it a bit less bright red.
Nice advertising there, sir. Alright, XP, completely even. HP, again in favor of Grey Wolf, but not by a huge amount.
Yeah. When we can talk about advertising, I can tell you about how there's a certain Voidborn DLC that just got released yesterday, featuring a legendary avatar and emote, and lots of value in terms of cards that you can pick up for completely free this week, but
Is that so? Oh my. That
I
seems
know
like
you can get it
great
on
value.
Steam and Discord right now.
That sounds amazing. I even heard it contains 5 Colossus, which is another great selling point.
It's a free Colossi, actually. It's 5 Succubi, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard it's worth $60.
Is it $60 and you get it for free?
Crazy.
Wow. Just wasting money over there, aren't you?
Yeah. Back to the game, though. Grey Wolf's just really...
winning.
Yeah.
I mean, the XP is still even, but that's not where James wants to be, because he has a shrine, XP shrine.
James had to take so much damage as well, just to maintain equal experience with a Bridge Shrine in this deck. It's not where you want to be. Grey Wolf's deck is just so high tempo in comparison.
Yeah, he has a lot of cheap. I mean, he has the Scrat Pack, the Screaming Scrat, and other Illo Cleaver as well. A lot of very cheap Bridge Grab. And James doesn't have his 3rd perk yet. I mean, he's slightly behind the Stormbringer in XP, which with the XP Milo deck is really, really bad.
It just feels like Grey Wolf has an answer to pretty much everything he plays. And that Xiao is just so annoying. As for a Milloween to deal with.
It really is. I mean, James is dropping very dangerously low here, and I don't think he can hold on. I mean, he's gonna barely hold on to perk 3, but even with perk 3, I don't see how he's gonna turn the game around.
I mean, it's possible. We've seen it happen before, but
I mean, what can he really do
pain in the butt for him.
If James sends a few big golems in one lane, just go the other lane, push him over, and he's dead. Also, his cleaver not gonna do much. The divine, the one cost minions. Gonna be tanked up fairly easily and then turn around. That is a very decent black hole though. James is holding on slightly right now, but that cleaver that got turned around really getting way more value for Grey Wolf than James, I feel. And turning another one? Oh my. That is just not great at all.
Definitely. The Arcano's tanking up so much for James, but
he's just has some little HP to left that he can even protect. And Grey Wolf has, I mean, he's slightly lower than last game, but still has 90% of his HP basically. And it doesn't look like it's gonna fall below that anytime soon. I mean, even if this game goes on for a few more minutes, Grey Wolf is gonna hit Mana Frenzy first at this rate. Barely, but still. And yeah, that's the end.
Yeah, that will do it. So Grey Wolf takes a set 2-0 over James, and
a very convincing 2-0 as well.
Yeah, I think that's it's a pretty good signal of how much Grey Wolf's improved over the last couple of months. He was just able to answer everything that got played there.
He's definitely playing quite well, and also he had really good answers, and he had he had good decks versus what James was playing, which just made the games even more one-sided than they could have been.
Yeah, James just had bad matchups twice in a row. Like, Xiao against Middleween is just suffering, and then the first game, obviously, Scrat Tank rolling up on Mordor, anything he could do to defend himself. It was just very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not the best start for this KPC for James's sake, but I'm sure he can stomp some other plebs before we end the Swiss stage later today. Hopefully he can get into top 8. It would be nice to see him up there as well.
Yep. Alright, so that's going to do it for the cast of this first match. We're going to be cutting to a little break while the rest of round 1 carries on, and hopefully getting into a match in progress. See you guys soon.
Hopefully.
Alright, welcome back, Masters. Sorry for the wait in the middle of round 1 there. We had some technical difficulties towards the end of it.
But they should hopefully be resolved.
Yep, we'll do a quick recap of round 1's results before we get into the live match for the second round. Those are getting their bands on already, so we're going to get into that quickly. Cat 2-0's Archie, Grey Wolf 2-0's James, Video Gamer 2-0's Von Slacken, Reezy 2-1's Zenu, Croaker X 2-1's Mephisto, Darien 2-1's Aser, Westland 2-1's Paco, Laser 2-1's Unseen Savage, Floflorian 2-0's Brepost, Pennyman wins against Adrian, Hazard Bomber 2-0's Honey Badger, Keishin 2-0's Lucanos, the Dova Nation 2-0's Firelander, Tomato Mato 2-0's Tanner, Maddie 2-0's Bligamore, and Ransacked 2-0's Soul Spirit. Going into round 2, we will be watching Zenu versus Paco Maniac.
Two very routine and sturdy players. Veteran players.
Definitely. And I'm looking forward to it because Zenu bringing the Diona. Master, we haven't seen nearly enough in tournament play so far.
I just feel like a lot of people haven't played with her much, and I don't feel comfortable bringing her into a tournament setting.
Yeah, I suppose we need some more experimentation on her, but she seems very promising so far.
Yeah, I mean, her traps especially can be incredibly annoying. I played on ladder, but I play my cleaver, and it's caught in a trap again. Well, okay then. Guess it'll die.
Guess I'll die. So yeah. Also, we see Zenu in that Rouser deck. He's bringing back Wolf Among Sheep. That's a card we haven't seen in a very long time.
I mean, it's still not super uncommon in Ravager decks on ladder. Seen a decent amount in Diamond, Master League. Maybe not too much in GM.
Well, the bans are in. Zenu is banning Setsu and Ravager from Paco Maniac, while Paco bans Ravager and KP. So no Ravager from either side here.
Definitely understandable. Ravager is... Well, you don't want to die to the first push in the tournament game.
We can see from Paco, he's bringing some very old school decks, by the way. Like, this is super old school. And I'm quite happy about that.
Yeah, there seems to be... I mean, I feel like... I mean, a lot of these decks are fairly unique in multiple ways. Let's see, what decks does Zenu have? He has the Mortar and APEP, is it? Yes. Not blind. Okay, good. I mean, Stature isn't that common to see in any deck, really. Especially not in APEP, I suppose.
Yeah, Stature is a card we have not seen for a very long time, but I'm glad we get to see it today.
Nice to see it's in here. I mean, Propeller, Scratch as well. Also not really a common card in tournament play or play in general, I would say. I mean, even Swarmers, like, a lot of these cards, they're not really bad, but you just don't really see them much either.
Yeah, looks like we're getting into the game now. See how this goes. Zenu seems to be a bit of a fan of Shield God of Light. He brought it in all of his decks.
I mean, it's a solid card.
Indeed it is.
What can you say? And especially the what is it, Armor of Light, or the name it is, the AoE damage every X amount of seconds. Yeah, that's a pretty strong effect. Pretty strong.
75 damage of a knockback every 12 seconds. Pretty good.
It's just so good to clear any sort of cheap minion. I'm also not loading in again. Don't know if you're getting the same.
I am. I'm trying the technique from before. It looks like we just didn't load in.
Yeah, it seems to be a consistent bug? Question mark. At least consistency is here.
Yep, I just need to restart my Discord real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Guess I'll keep you company, chat, while we're waiting for the boss man to come back here.
Hello. I'm back.
That was quick. Those were some lightning.
Yeah, it's a fast computer. Look at the starting to match up now. Reporting that it works now, and yep, we're in game.
We'll try to load in.
Paco bringing the Toxic APEP against the Holy Hunter Diona, who now doesn't have her spine break when you inspect her post-game. So that's always nice. And also we see Paco, he gives a thumbs up when he rolls that Future Present. I don't know which perspective the stream's on, but let's just say he got a very good result. One I'd be pretty happy with myself. We see the Shield Guard being played from the back of the field from Zenu, trying to get as much of the backup as he possibly can for it. A lot of air punishment coming in from Paco, but it manages to connect the face. It's going to do quite a fair bit of damage. See that Fireball from Paco, which is from that Future Present. 2-mana Fireball, pretty strong. Also gets a free Ravenous Swarmers from his first perk, so that's some nice additional synergy going on there. But it's Zenu who's keeping bridge control for the most part now. There comes that living statue. It's a lot to try and deal with. Then again, so's a Shield Guard of Light, and that stint's just really chipping away at it. We see a beam of doom from Paco, though, trying to melt down that Shield Guard. Puts it in Fireball range, and it's a pretty nice Fireball for Paco. The Strats push onto the bridge by the stint, but taken out pretty quickly. I see a very aggressive rammer coming out from Zenu.
And I have loaded in, finally.
With the crossbow trap to back it up. Gets rid of a bunch of swarmers, but its positioning makes it go down pretty quickly. Crossbow trap requires quite a bit of time to really start getting the damage in there.
Right, okay. What did I miss? I heard a lot of commentary. How are we doing?
Not too much, honestly. It's just general back and forth so far. The Living Statue is actually working out pretty well for Paco. It's very annoying for Zenu to deal with. But really, it just seems to be stalling more than anything else, though.
Yeah, XP even. Paco has lost some HP, but now that he has the shield, I imagine HP loss will be minimal moving forward.
Yeah, losing the HP is a risk he knows he can take that early on, and we see him dropping a beam again just for the shield guard.
It is an annoying unit. That stun lancer, though, doing his best to get some damaging there. Rammer getting good damage in.
Rammer gets 2 hits and maybe a third. No, doesn't. That Taunt Totem is just out of range.
But Paco did lose almost half of his remaining health, and he did not have shield in hand, which
yeah,
is quite dangerous. He really can take more hits like that if he wants to survive.
Yeah, he just didn't have a shield on totem when that Rammer got dropped, and there was nothing he could do to defend himself, really. Especially not when the Ravenous swarms he was using get removed. Oh, we see Ruffles moving across the field. It's a nice little health potion there for Zenu. Top him up real close to 3,000 again. Always nice to have. Can't really go wrong with the heal.
Yeah, Ruffle is just, I feel Ruffles trolls a lot.
Nice shield guard for Zenu! Cleans up everything there.
Yeah, that AoE is really strong in the correct situations, and just good in general.
Yeah, just some perfect placement there.
It does have the shield for this rammer, but
the shield gets taken down by the fireball now. That's a crossbow trap and a rammer on Paco's face. He just took about 600 damage there from that.
Yeah, he is very, very close to that, even with his shield.
One rammer hit ends it.
He can't defend much against this. Like, I mean, he needs a shield.
And Zenu got the bonus mana potion.
Oh, Ruffles helping out here.
This is a lot of pressure. Paco really just can't keep up with this.
I just don't think there's anything Paco can do in this game to come back.
The Living Statue doesn't seem ready to accomplish anything. Like, it pushes across the bridge, but then it just dies. And anything else behind it dies. It really doesn't accomplish much.
Even a BM heal from Ruffles there to almost finish the game off.
You see, even the Armor of Light hitting the totem there, just as the game ends up.
Yeah.
Zenu takes game 1.
Was a fairly, I mean, another convincing win for Sin here. I mean, so far we haven't really had a close game yet. It just seems that one player has the upper hand either with deck selection or skill level. Probably in this case more deck selection than skill necessarily, but yeah. Paco did not get anywhere close to taking out Sin in that match. Yeah,
it was pretty much this general case of not really having any answers for anything Zenu had, and then Statue's just so easy to take care of in this meta, especially when stun lances are so prevalent.
Yeah, I mean, Statue just does nothing. Just stands there. Okay, you're stunned now. Okay, you do nothing. Okay, you're dead. Okay, that's 5 mana. Okay, next.
Yeah. If stun lancers weren't as good as they are, then yeah, it'd be a different story. But we got I don't know if you got it at your stream, but I've got the Morning Rain skybox going on here. Got some nice mist effects.
Yeah, I do.
Another little addition
on my end as well.
Another little addition from Unity 2018. We gave it some mist.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very atmospheric.
Indeed, indeed. Another shield guard being dropped here. Always gonna jump in there. There we go. Hit face a few times.
Taking a couple hits in. Paco really doesn't have anything to hold it off.
The rammer just being placed very aggressively there.
And the Musketeer is not going to be very good to deal with the shield guard either, now that its ability to parry armor of light got patched out. So this is looking like a really rough matchup already.
Rammer got like, what, 3 hits in there? At least 2. Like, was not really defended at all, except for the stint there. Was just allowed to smack Paco
Yeah.
multiple times.
Paco's defense is going to rely pretty much entirely on the blue golem, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, Succubus is good support DPS, but there's not too many other units that have really good DPS here. Musketeer, Dragon Whelp, so-so.
Oh, it's a good healing fireball, though, and Skeleton on face with also the unactivated Skeleton.
That shield guard
guard.
AoE not hitting the stint there.
Yeah, that's pretty nice there for Zenu.
Musketeer, though, getting some work done there. Parrying a few hits and getting some nice return damage. It just seems like even though the rammer is dealt with fairly efficiently with the Succubus, for example, there, it still gets 2 hits in. And if you do that 3, 4, 5 times, you get quite low.
Well, Succubus is picking up quite a bit of value there on the bottom lane.
Yeah, Succubus, I mean Succubus has always been like just a solid support card and good DPS card.
Yeah.
And generally gets a lot of work done. Working fairly well here as well.
I can't really undervalue how much work this Undying Skeleton's doing for Paco, though. It's such an annoying, sticky board presence that Zenu's had a bit of trouble dealing with so far.
Yeah, Paco's reses have been decent so far this game, I believe. Could have been better, though. Hoping for a blue golem rest now, I'm guessing. Don't think it's
the
gonna
Mordar basic attack getting rid of Ruffles there. Denying that 2 mana from Zenu.
Well, killing the dog, Pepe hands. Not like this.
Oh, the crossbow trap! Zenu face palms. He places it in front of the tombstone.
Probably had a different plan there.
Tower. That's costly.
Yeah, healing fireball there does help a bit, but
it's
blue
not gonna
golem
save it, but
not getting the fire imp there, which
doesn't even get the hit in. It's unfortunate.
Not great there. Not sure if that healing fireball got much value, to be honest.
Nice little back and forth between the shield guard and musketeer there, but it does go down in the end.
Yeah, finally getting that imp. Finally getting the shield guard as well. XP still very even. HP also quite even overall. See another aggressive rammer being placed down.
Really nothing Paco can do about that without enough mana for the Oh no, he's playing everything to the Taunt Totem!
Ooh.
You can't do that against Diona! That's why Ram is so good on her.
Go get it, boy.
Yeah,
with
that Taunt Totem there.
Positioning.
Gets 3 hits in, I believe. I believe that was 3.
That feels like it was 3. It's a lot of health he lost there.
Yeah, I mean, he only needs like 4, 5 more hits, and Paco is dead. And Sin has that healing potential with Ruffles, if it gets the right RNG. So Sin isn't in any sort of immediate danger here, but the Stun Lancer on face, the Rammer on face,
so much
Fireball.
damage coming on in. One more Ram hit's gonna end the game for Paco. He doesn't have any way to stop the Zenu's Rammer.
Yeah.
You'd really like a double crossbow trap, that's it.
You're just dead to traps as well. I mean, in that situation, there's nothing you can do. You don't have any HP regen. You're dead to a fireball and a few trap shots. You're dead to Rammer. You're dead. I mean, he has way too much DPS and like direct damage.
That deck would have benefited so much from Grasping Thorns. Like, Grasping Thorns would have changed so much in that matchup, but he just didn't have it. He had no way to prevent that Rammer from hitting his face.
Yeah, I mean, Grasping Thorns is a card that I mean, since it was released, I put in basically every single Mordar deck I use. It just feels so
it's just
good.
so good for Mordar.
It
gives him everything he needs.
Yeah, stops really aggressive plays, like from Cleaver, from Rammer.
It's anti-swarm, it's anti fast aggro cards like Rammer. It can't be resurrected.
Exactly.
It just ticks all the boxes for something Mordar really needed. And it's just not the absence of it in that deck really exposes Mordar's weakness in this meta.
Definitely. I feel like, with Grasping Thorns there, you also take out any sort of unit like Marines, Archers, any squishy thing like that. Even like a Fire Imp will lose a lot of HP. It won't die, but it will lose like 75% HP, more maybe?
Yeah, no, Paco just didn't have any answers in his deck. It's just a terrible deck matchup for him.
He basically needed to have the blue golem out every time the rammer was played or something like that to get enough DPS to take it out quickly, but just did not get good matchups at all.
No.
Very like deja vu from the first round there.
Yeah, that's just what happens sometimes. You don't build your deck with these answers in mind. You can't be too surprised when they're just gonna roll you like that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get slightly cucked by the matchmaking, which is how it is.
Yep. That's just how it be. Alright, so we're going to be going to a little intermission. We'll try and find some games in progress. We'll be back real quick. Okay. Actually, apparently we're going to go into the match right now. We're going to be watching Cat's match. The Cat versus Maddie.
Maddie is he's a fairly competent player, right? I've heard his name, seen his name before, so he must be semi-experienced at this point, right?
Yeah, I've seen him around a few times too myself. Actually, it's fairly even right now. In fact, Maddie's got a bit of a health advantage over Cat.
But Cat does have his second perk, which will probably turn the game around again, I would imagine. I'm guessing that Maddie got a lot of that damage in with his first perk, and now I guess he just has to hope for his third perk to do the remainder as well.
Yeah, he's applying a lot of pressure through that Lone Wolf on the Ravager.
Yeah, that
Cat's forced to play that Divine Warrior right at the face, which is never where Cat wants to play it.
How was that interaction, by the way? When the wolf gets Frenzy, even though it's full HP after the warrior gets half HP, right? Is that intentional?
Yes. I'm not even sure myself at this point. I'm really not.
That's a good fireball, though. Takes out everything.
Yeah, very good fireball from Maddie. Like, his deck's able to emit so much pressure.
Cat is defending fairly well, but still takes damage. Not a huge amount.
Despite everything, Cat is still keeping even experience, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously KP's third perk isn't the best in the world, but having potential invulnerability when you need it is obviously good. But I mean, I think Cat more than anything wants to prevent Maddie's third perk as long as possible, more than him getting his own third perk.
Yeah.
He's probably also getting ready to defend that Terror Brutus, which is going to come in fairly soon.
Yeah, the Terror Brutus, you try and combat out with a Lone Wolf. It's going to be pretty scary for Cat, but it's looked like now that initial pressure from Maddie has been relieved. Cat's back to his old gold standard of bridge control.
Yeah, now Maddie's has less HP than Cat does. I'm hoping that Maddie intends to support this Terror Brutus and has saved some mana for it. If not, then well, I see a Fire Imp support and a Shao. That is somewhat decent support, but I would have liked like a all-in super big push with that Terror Brutus.
Yeah. Cat's handling this Terror Brutus really well though. It doesn't look like Cat's got much on the field, but the drone buzzers and the scrap tank alone just so much damage to it.
I mean, Terror Brutus here is going to do basically nothing, which means that Maddie's just not going to be able to break through Cat's defense ever again.
Questionable Screaming Scrap from Cat actually keeps the Terror Brutus alive just a little bit longer. I mean, it's not really enough health to really accomplish much, but...
Yeah, Terror Brutus should have been dead at this point, I feel.
I think that did accomplish quite a bit. That kept the drone buzzers off of that werewolf, and now Cat's taking critical amounts of damage. He needs some way to deal with that. Gets the invulnerability up.
Yeah, thankfully, gets invulnerability. If not, he would have been dead, I think, at that point. Maddie grabs the top bridge, but Cat grabs it back again, so he's still invulnerable. Defending as best he can. Now, though, I don't think Cat is going to lose, considering he has the invulnerability. He has...
Cat is not going to let that bridge go, but there is the experiences advantage to consider. If Maddie can deal with the pushes coming in from Cat effectively enough, then...
If he can defend it, but that's
not looking like he can. He just took 2 Rage Fire Imps to the face. That hurts.
That hurts a lot. So yeah, I think that Cat will just autopilot this from now on out. Just keep the bridges, make sure he's invulnerable, not taking indirect damage from the fireball, etc. And then just get a small push in.
That's just the unfortunate drawback to such an aggressive Ravager deck, is that you really can't deal with all of these shields on the Fire Imp.
Well, the shields, the rage, everything. I mean, Cat isn't even running a horde. Still.
Oh, he's gonna die to Blast Monster ticks at this rate. That's never a way you want to go down.
No, that's a very depressing way to die. And Tank just not even being hit by that. Barely closing himself off in time. Maddie put up a valiant effort though versus Cat here. Did more damage than most people tend to do versus Cat in any sort of matchup, really.
Yeah, no, Maddie's put up a really good fight, but 4 Blast Monster ticks and it's over. And Cat bridge swapping the werewolf out the way, just get those pings in easier. It's looking really bad for Maddie. Down to just 3 health here.
And Cat is low as well. I mean, if Cat fucks up, he can still die, but
Maddie's still isn't gonna reach Mana Frenzy. Like, this warrior literally has to not die, and that's just not happening.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the game. Death by Blast Monster.
On 199
less than 300 health.
That blue ball's there. I'm at 199
Fantastic
XP.
Comeback. 199 experience. Doesn't even get Mana Frenzy, and a Cat clutching it out there at the very end with the King Buff Shield. Very well played.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the start of the game, but I imagine that it started with Cat being slightly behind, playing KP, just waiting for his second perk, Maddie getting in a decent first push with the Brutus, then trying to exert more pressure and get Cat low enough so he could finish him off with his Terror Brutus, but did not happen, unfortunately. But close, very close. If Cat made one more mistake there, could have easily died.
Alright, hello, we are into another live match. It's Gamer versus FanTK.
FanTK? Alright.
Yeah, this is, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to say that, so I'll just say it as I read it. And we're obviously here into Game 2. It's a very aggressive deck from FanTK.
I can't say I recognize that name at all.
No, it seems to be a pretty new one. But, he's got a pretty good idea of what to do in his Mordor deck. They're a very aggressive Blast Monster. Game is Arcane Gold. I'm going to slowly roll across the field.
I see Gamer has a Ghost in here, a Bannerman. Playing a very, very cheap cycle.
This is a very interesting deck, but that's Ghost Tech against the Scrat Tank. I really like it.
That's just one of the best targets for Ghost.
It's such a good counter to Scrat Tank. I love it.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's basically invulnerable unless it opens up, so...
We also see the interesting inclusion of some Armored Scrats into his deck. That's a card people really overlook.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad card. I mean, it's not really used much in the meta, but I mean, still 3 units, 3 mana. They have all right health. The DPS is like, whatever. But it's not that bad. I mean, cycle-wise as well.
It's just, it's just good at all those things, really. It's very easy to underestimate that card, because, you know, it's just a bunch of scrats, but they do some serious work.
Indeed. And I'm guessing that FanTK will not get a rest here at all, because Tombstone will just die in a few seconds.
Yeah, no, it wasn't possible to get a res after that stun, and a great fireball into the Fire Imp. FanTK took a lot of pressure here.
That was just very, very clean. Not getting a res, taking out the Fire Imp, severely damaging the Harbinger, also getting face damage.
He's pretty far ahead in terms of experience too, like almost 40.
30 plus? 35?
35, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very healthy amount, and he's playing Milloween, so once that perk 3 hits, then his power level will really start to spike. Another Ghost, another tank, another day. Ooh, I mean, I don't know if Gamer wanted to hit the Harbinger with those missiles, or intentionally went for the Shao there.
I'd say, but works out, yeah. Game of Fireballs, though. It's so refreshing to see vanilla Fireball being played. And yeah, it's doing lots of work.
My mind keeps on telling me, wait, did you just play an unactivated Dragon Ball? Oh no, it's just a normal one.
Oh, people actually do play regular Fireball now.
They still exist. I forgot.
A dying breed. Conservationists are trying to get them to breed, but it's not looking very good.
Unfortunate. Third perk, very, very close here for Gamer, like a few seconds away. Gonna hit it.
And
there.
Yeah, I think at that point the game becomes substantially harder for FanTK because any bad res is just gonna swing the tempo in Gamer's favor. He's already at level 8 Arcane Golem.
I mean, FanTK was losing not by a huge amount, but it was losing before perk 3. Now with perk 3, and with he himself being as far from perk 3 as he is, I don't see how he's supposed to come back. Or
no, just look how much pressure he was putting up there. But that Golem does go down pretty quickly.
It does.
And he kills his own Arcane Golem with the Screaming Scrat.
I mean, he had like 10 HP anyway, so one more tick would have killed it, basically.
Yeah, I know. So. It's just funny. I'm getting another Scrat Tank steal. It's not got much health, but that'll be good enough against the Harbinger.
Does not get the missiles on the Harbinger there. The defense are tanking it up. More of a incidental play than planned, I think. Played it before the missiles were played anyway. Harbinger rest, that's good. Fencer rest, that's good.
Yeah, that's what FanTK needs to stay in this. Especially the Harbinger rest. The Harbinger is crucial in this game.
Oh yeah, just having that long range support, DPS, being able to really get things.
He's 60 experience behind despite these resurrections. There's the perk-free Nillo.
Yeah, he is. I mean, also just... I mean, it just hurts so much that the Ghost takes the tank, which counters the Harbinger as well.
I love that interaction! The two Screaming Scrats meet and they just stare at each other.
Yeah, just if you just look at each other hard enough, one of you will die, right? That's how it usually works.
Turns out both of them end up dying.
Harbinger taken out. It's just so... Harbingers, they haven't gotten too much done this game either. I mean, yeah, they're a good unit, and they're quite good in this matchup, but Gamer has the Shock Rock and the missiles. I mean, he has the combo to take them out. Very mana effectively as well. He spends, what, 3-4 mana max to take out a Harbinger? Maybe even as little as 2 mana? That hurts.
Almost scratched into the fire, I'm not the best, but his Mana Frenzy, I don't think Gamer cares too much at this point.
Gamer just throws missiles into a tank without doing any damage to it. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose or not, but he just doesn't care, I think.
It's probably Gamer. He's probably just tilted and telling himself how much of a baddie he is for doing that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so bad at the game, and then, I mean, even if his nerves mess with him now, though, it's not like he can lose unless he absolutely fucks himself.
Oh, another good steal from Gamer. He's always finding these Scrat Tanks. FanTK really doesn't have much to deal with it.
It's just like the Ghost. I mean, Ghost definitely a better unit now as well after the buff. That was.
Yeah, the buff was massive. It's so much easier to get the steals off now.
Yeah, and when you steal units, even if they're not super expensive, like a Scrat Tank, you still just get a lot of value. Like you take the unit, and this deck you get like.
He's gonna get a full health one now, right on the lane where the Harbinger is. It's not even necessary. He just fireballs it. This is GG. Yeah,
basically 3 level 10 golems almost. I mean, 2 level 10s, 1 level 8.
Ghost is really the card of the match there for Gamer. That was so good.
I mean, I feel like Ghost is definitely... I feel like it's definitely jumped up a few tiers after the buff. But even without the buff, it's a card that I feel is still overlooked in ranked and everything. I mean, you don't need to take a Colossus. You don't need to take a red golem or blue golem or something to get the value. If you just take like a 5-6 mana unit, that's still good.
It's like when people rediscovered Mordor. You know, when Mordor used to be considered absolute trash until the sort of like semi-meta developed where people realized you don't have to get the best resurrections on Mordor to just have a consistent deck. Just
Yeah,
resurrecting
definitely.
a 3 or 4 mana minion every time was good enough to win games.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite Mortar decks to play is just like a Mortar deck with mostly 4 and 5 mana rests, like tanks and succubus, etc.
Definitely. Alright, so we're going to be quickly wrapping up the round 2 results before we go straight into round 3. No rest for us today. We're flying through these matches, boys. Alright, so Darien 2-0'd Floflorian, Westland 2-0'd Hazard Bomber, Laser 2-0'd Kishin, Ritzi 2-0'd Dova Nation, Croaker X 2-1'd Tomato Mado, Cat 2-0'd Maddie, Grey Wolf 2-0'd Ransacked, Gamer 2-0'd Fanti K, Aser 2-0'd Pennyman, Zenu 2-0'd Paco Maniac, Mephisto 2-1'd Unseen Savage, Honey Badger 2-0'd Soul Spirit, Archie 1 against Lucanos, James 2-0'd Firelander, Von Slacken 2-0'd Tanner, and Brepost wins against Blegamore. Going into round 3, we will be watching Cat versus Westland. I'm going to shut my window because they're getting a lot of background noise now, so if you could lead us through the matchup real quick.
Alright, yeah, we have Cat and Westland, both veteran players. Cat, obviously, one of the best, if not the best player, as I do mention every time I have the opportunity. He is a fucking god. Maybe that's a bit too much praise. Anyways, Westland also a really good player, and I feel like he hasn't been playing a lot of tournaments lately. Or has he? Am I like a goldfish? I probably am. But yeah, anyways, Westland, quite a good player as well. And I mean, he seems to be bringing like similar decks in a lot of regards here. Westland has like 4 like, it does have a Red Golem Ravager there, yeah, with the Blood Imps and everything there. Interesting. I mean, yes, I mean, Westland seems to be going the same route as Cat. I mean, Cat has 4 Illo Cleavers, Westland has 4 Illo Cleavers, Cat has 4 Scrat Packs. Same Westland does as well. And 4 Screaming Scrats, 3 Screaming Scrats. A lot of these cards, and like even Fire Imp, 4 Fire Imps, 3 Fire Imps. Like, these decks are very similar in a lot of regards.
Yeah. Actually, it's interesting, we see Cat bringing 2 Harbinger lists this week. Usually he only brings just the one on the Mortar, but I guess he's feeling pretty confident with it on Stormbringer too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good minion. It can be insane value if the enemy doesn't have the answer to it.
It just needs a lot of tempo and control. Like, if you're behind, Harbinger might be one of the worst cards in the game. Like, it just doesn't do enough. But when you're ahead, he's really good at keeping you there.
Definitely. I would still personally like a Black Hole in any sort of deck that I run Harbinger or anything like that. But that's just my personal preference. Not that you have to use it or need it necessarily.
Yeah. The bans are slowly starting to come in here. They both ban Mortar from each other, so no resurrection fun going on today. Other than that... Wait, is that a crossbow guild on Volko?
Wait, is it?
It is.
It is.
That is really strange. I've never seen that before.
Also the first Volko we see so far, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, Westland bans King Puff from Cat. It's the first Volko we've seen. It's also the first crossbow guild we've seen in quite a while. Why do you think that is? Why do you think people stop playing crossbow guild?
I mean, I have never played it myself. Probably for a lot of the reason why other people don't play it either. I mean, it's not a minion. It doesn't really do too much. Sure, it's like a slow push card, and you can use it to sort of build up momentum and stuff like that. But to me, it seems like super slow pace, which is really against what I like in the game. And I feel like a lot of players don't see a lot of value in it for 6. It probably seems a bit too expensive for a lot of people as well. Like, your curve can be really expensive if you put cards like that in.
Yeah, we see Salvo posting in the chat. Cat indeed has an 85% win rate in the KPC. Absolutely insane. It's a skill. It's got to be skill at that point.
I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised he doesn't have 100%. In a way, I mean, obviously 85 is still a very, very convincing win rate. Like, you don't get that without continually just winning a lot of matches. I mean, it's not like Cat hasn't gotten top 8 either and just has a 85% win rate because he's only played like Swiss stage and facing bad players. I mean, he's consistently placing very, very highly or winning tournaments.
I think if you had an 85% win rate in Swiss stage, you'd absolutely make top 8 every time. And he does.
Well, that's a good point. But yeah, my point still being that it's not like he's beating like scrubs or beating unexperienced players to get that win rate. He's beating everyone. The best players, the less good players, but just beating everyone.
He beats everyone. There's no real distinction between good or bad players against Cat. Everyone's a scrub against him.
Yeah, everyone is just a baddie, really. So right, the bans.
Cat is considering his last ban, so we should be getting that in soon, hopefully.
I would just ban the APEP. That's not banned already, is it? No. No, just the Mora for now. I mean, I would just ban the APEP because, you know, APEP, it has a present in it. Definitely more reason to ban it. I don't want RNG in my video game. There we go. Called out, and once again, I am correct.
Nice. Good prediction. Cat was around with the APEP meta, so I'm not too surprised, honestly.
Doesn't want the RNG either. Doesn't want to be cucked by some sort of godlike role.
Does anyone? I mean, you don't want to be playing Stormbringer and then to get the new free Gorak gate. That's just kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
See that push? There's a cleaver there now.
Yeah, definitely. It's, I mean, I feel like the better the player is, the more likely they are to ban any deck that has RNG elements in it, because they don't want to have any sort of uncertainty. They want to know what they're facing, and they want to, I mean, they trust in their own skill, and they're confident in their own skill.
Yeah. And
they don't want to have any wildcard elements that could mess them up.
Yeah, definitely. It just seems, in general, APEP's overall strength is kind of counterbalanced by his inconsistency these days.
Yeah, I mean, APEP's still really, really strong. I think it's way stronger in a wildcard format, though, than in a non-wildcard format. Because you can't do, like, triple present. Not loading in again? Question mark.
Seems to be some minor lobby bugs going on, but,
yeah.
I think it's started now, so it might just be a matter of respectating again like before.
Yep. At least I have these people on Steam. So I am Gucci.
It actually seems like Cat just went offline.
Yeah, I don't know if Cat said anything about lobby issues.
They did, but then it started and then it's bugged out again. I don't know what's going on there.
Anyways,
devs, fix your game. Fix your game, devs.
Yeah, come on, FDM. What are you doing all day?
What is he doing all day?
He's probably just like making Twitch memes, or he's flacking off, just playing the game, not fixing the game.
Oh, here we go. I'm loading in. I'm on a loading screen. I'm not sure if that's putting me in game or not.
Also on the loading screen waiting here.
Oh, there we go. I'm in.
All right. Hopefully
Cat
I'll get in.
Bringing the Rage Bringer versus the Wall Cleaver Volko.
Ah, not the best Volko skin though. Where are those thorny shoulders? I want to see it.
None of them will be the best Volko skin when the new one finally gets released.
New Volko skin, you say? Oh my.
Oh, I mean, new Volko. I need a new Volko model, but obviously that new model will open the way to getting more new exciting Volko skins.
After 10 years, it's finally going to happen.
It's been 10,000 years. We'll finally have the Volko me model. That's been teased since the Discord launch.
Good. All right. Crossbow Guild, I see.
Yes, that Crossbow Guild. Let's see what he can make of it. I'm very interested to see where it goes.
I mean,
it's
definitely
just
agree
a random
with,
pickup too. Westland's a very experienced Minion Masters player.
He is. I definitely agree with Westland putting out the guild early to get that continual pressure on, get the value out of it.
Yeah, and that's that strat tank.
Not giving a damn about those puny arrows. Just blopping each and every one on his way to the enemy base.
Yeah, it's just a little... That throws a minor wrench into the plans of Westland.
But
the shield guard will help though, and now he's got a nice little front line to back those dudes up with.
Yeah. Tanky unit with good support DPS.
And this is going to be very... Okay, there comes the Divine Warrior, but the shield's not going to last too long. They might just be able to push through onto that Harbinger. Look at that crossbow dude DPS!
I mean, it's not bad.
There's another scrap tank.
Yeah. I mean, Cat just has a lot of units that I feel can deal with any sort of push or like anything really. I mean, what is happening this again?
Even though this hasn't accomplished much, just force responses from Cat, and now there's a second crossbow guild up.
Yeah, I mean, Cat has the Divine, he has the Tank, he has the Harbinger, he has the Screaming Strat for any sort of sick plays he can make with that. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that easy for the crossbow guild to get much value versus this Stormbringer deck, considering all the cards Cat has that can counter it semi-effectively at least. Good Screaming Strat.
Nice Flightless Strangler, the Screaming Strat there though. Takes down that shield guard.
Yeah, protecting those whelps so they can't DPS that guard down. I'm not loving the value from the guild yet.
It's because it's just the scratch tank. It's just that's so unfortunate to match up again. It was with a double crossbow guild actually. Yeah, it doesn't really last long enough. But
just put it on the same lane as well. I guess it just really wants to try to get that tank down and hope that Cat doesn't place another one in the same lane after. I don't know. I mean,
it's just a really rough matchup here. Scratch tank gets played in the same lane as crossbow guild, and then there's really not much you do to defend against it.
I mean, yeah. Still, the Westland isn't losing horribly or anything like that yet. I mean, he is losing out in XP though, by 20 or so.
And everything else, we can really see that extra crossbow dude DPS come into play. They're doing a significant amount of damage to stuff whenever they've got something that's attacked.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would say that with the new season now, the shield guard, with the shield guard being introduced, among other things, the crossbow guild probably is better because you just have like another kind of mid-tier, really tanky unit.
Yeah, like say they try to counter a crossbow guild on the bridge. You can just drop the shield guard on your side. He'll charge straight to the front. It's super useful. That's that instant tank value.
Yeah, and also since it has the AoE, it can also deal with a horde or any sort of a lot of small units, which supports the guild even more, I feel.
Fortunately, they're getting burned away now because that marksmanship from Perk 2 is really starting to take effect.
It is.
Oh, for a good charge from the shield guard.
The charger seems so satisfying. Just jumping in there.
Doesn't even need double damage to be good.
No, it doesn't. It's just a good general ability. Can't complain. The cat has dropped like surprisingly low already, really.
Yeah, it's just general chip damage from Volko because he's placed on the crossbow guilds on that bottom bridge.
Great burner bridge as well.
Have a way to like hold onto the bridge forever. Cat's very good at sniping the bridge back from you on the cheap, but holding onto the bridge, not really his forte.
Yeah, I mean, Westland just placing the crossbow guild constantly on the bottom lane because he wants to keep that bridge. He wants to keep pinging Cat down and hopefully just slowly but surely kill him off. And it's working fairly well so far, but now with Stormbringer having the third perk, those crossbow dudes not going to do much. They're going to be pinged away very, very effectively.
Yeah, he really needs to have, like, consistently have some sort of tank on the front line for it, but his best options are Divine Warrior and Shield Guard. It's not going to have too great cycle for that. Especially not with the nerf... I wasn't going to say nerf. Let's not say nerf. The changed Divine Warrior. That shield is going to cover them for such a less time.
It's not a I just don't care about your damage card anymore. It's a bit more
it's just one of those situations where Divine Warrior was definitely downgraded.
Yeah. But I mean, Westland is doing all they can to keep bottom bridge here. Like the top bridge not really contested too much, but bottom bridge, everything is being thrown.
That fire is just melting through those tanks, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, we do see Westland holding onto this bottom bridge for quite a good amount of time now.
Yeah,
Can't get a drop below 1,000.
I mean, Westland probably doesn't really care too much about the XP now either. Both have third perk, which is great for the shield guard as well. But
the third perk really isn't that good for Westland, though.
No, not really, but I don't really feel he cares at this point about XP anymore. Yeah, he wants to keep Cat from Mana Frenzy, but he probably, more than anything, just wants to keep the bridge and just get 10 more pings and win the game.
Actually, he's got quite a few of those pings already, and we see the emo coming out from Westland, the BM. Cat drops below 600. Cat's actually having a lot of trouble tying this game out with the amount of pressure he has to worry about putting on the bottom bridge.
Yeah, I don't think Cat can actually defend against this, because he doesn't have the units he needs to continually keep bottom bridge.
I think Westland might have this.
Yeah, I mean, just 5 more pings, and Cat is gone. And I mean, Cat needs to do 1900 damage to get Westland out of this game. I just don't see it happening before Mana Frenzy.
And his bridge control is starting to slip as well. I think the Rage actually is making a huge difference, just having it on that Divine Warrior and the Shield Guard.
It is,
Cat
and also the bridges.
Cat just isn't able to hold on to these bridges long enough. He's finally going to push past. Is it going to be enough, though?
I mean, even if he pushes past, like, how long is it going to last? Shield Guard coming in, Dragon Ball support coming in there, and burn the bridges. Really, burning
the
everything on
Scratch saves the Shield Guard for just a second there.
Westland he has lost 800 HP in that push
actually
from
in a
Cat.
bit of trouble. He really... Oh, but here comes Mana Frenzy for Cat. Cat might have just stolen this one from the jaws of defeat if he can hold on to this bridge.
Westland needs to keep the bridge for like 2 seconds to get 2 shots off here. He really just has to
It's
make
not
it
looking
desperate.
possible, though. Cat might have just stolen this game back. Westland doesn't have any way to really reliably hold on to this bridge now.
No, he needs. I mean, Cat is never gonna let the bridge ever be unoccupied at this point.
Yeah, and there's no crossbow guild active even for Westland, and that pressure on being on an even field like that is the one thing that was keeping him in the game. It kept him so close to victory, but there's no space to put a crossbow guild up anymore.
No, and like Cat has 2 of the best units to keep the bridge neutral, which is the Divine and the Tank. You can't just DPS those down.
Scratch Tank melts pretty quickly now, but it's just not staying alive long enough. Well, it's not.
Yeah, and the mana that Cat's got.
There's too much coming in from Cat's side.
Yeah, there's just nothing that Westland can do here at the end.
That's it. Cat, 85 health against a Volker, just barely slips into Mana Frenzy and takes the game.
Yeah, I mean, I really felt that Westland should have had that game. I think that he, like, in 9 out of 10 cases, he should clinch that game out. But Cat obviously playing really well, making sure that those last 2 pings not coming in.
Cat played it super well, just barely holding on there. I don't want to say calculated, because I don't think anyone would risk going that low against a Volko, but...
Yeah,
wow.
But, I mean, also this Cat having that tank, having that Divine Warrior, really does a lot there to keep the bridge neutral or on his side. At least not allowing Volko to ping.
Yeah. Now we get to see Westland's Ravager again, bringing out the praise of Sun Puff.
I mean, it's a cute puff, but definitely I like the... What is that called? The roaring animated one from the...
the animated Crackle one?
Yeah, that is...
That's pretty nice.
That is just really, really adorable.
That's not the term I'd use for it, but
well, it's adorable in like a manly way, you know?
Yeah. Smushy makes a good point in the chat. This is why you need spell removal. If there's even a Shock Rock, then that game would have gone so differently.
Any direct damage at all, but nope.
That's just the risk you take when you're making a deck like that.
But I guess now Westland has gone from I'm gonna DPS you down to hurt me, and I'll show you what I got with the Red Golem deck.
But Westland isn't out of this series just yet. Westland is a very accomplished player himself. I think he himself was boasting a 60% win rate. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that's really not bad. I mean, considering the caliber of a lot of the players.
I mean, yeah, I'd say 50% win rate is much more significant in the King Puff Cup than it is on ladder.
Oh, definitely.
Especially considering the caliber of players you're going up against. Most people would not reach 50% at all.
And also having a limitation of you can't just play cheesy, quote-unquote, overpowered decks, because you can't use wildcards.
Yeah. There's a lot more skill involved in it here. So, I'd say 85% win rate's absolutely fantastic. It's mind-blowingly good, but so 60%, so...
It is quite good, yeah.
You already see it here. Just off that first Brutus push, Cat's down quite low.
I mean, Stormbringer obviously not the best master to have against the Ravager push deck. So he does take a good amount of early damage there, but now that the Brutus is dead, Cat probably won't take too much damage moving forward. XP advantage though. Looking very healthy for Westland.
Yeah. But he does reach that awkward point in a Ravager though when you get the perk too. It's like, now what?
The perk too though with the Red Golem, I mean it is scary once Red Golem drops under half HP there and just...
I forgot yeah, there's the Blood and Stare. I forgot about that in this deck.
And he is a Red Golem range, but he's losing more HP than he would like, and Harbinger is on face. It needs to die. He's
gonna take one more hit in there, and he's saving up for the Red Golem now. Actually, the Blood's a little bit precarious there. Okay, no, it's gonna get illusion cleared.
But yeah, I mean, Westland does not have a heal pop or any HP regen in his deck, and he lost a lot of HP in that push.
He wants to commit that mana to protecting his Red Golem.
I mean, right now, the Harbinger obviously one of the best counters to the Red Golem here. Not on the Red Golem yet.
And it's got that marksmanship to make sure it reaches across the whole map for it.
Yeah, and look at that nice retarget.
Look at that kiting from Cat. That was really good.
That's just top tier play. Not something you would see from almost any player, really.
Most people wouldn't even think about that, I think.
No, it's just like showing the caliber of the player. And Red Golem not doing anything. It just melts and dies, not getting any hits on face, not getting any real value of any kind. HP fairly even. Well, third perk coming out here with a Brutus. With the Red Golem, I mean. Like, these are two really healthy, dangerous units, but that Shao is on face.
And there's the double Harbinger on field. How is anything... Oh, wait, is he just dead? No, he's not 50 health, but... The
Shao barely died.
How does he... He can't push against that.
That's... I mean, they're like in unison. Just like, okay, I got the Red Golem, you take the Brutus. Got it.
Oh, but the Brutus and Shield Guard, though, does break through eventually.
It does, but... Cat still has 600 HP, and unless the Brutus can get on face here...
Not having a very good time taking care of this Harbinger, and that's going to be his Terror Brutus going down. And then this looks really bad for him.
I mean, yeah, Cat does not have any direct damage though, does he? No. So he needs to get some damage on face here, but it doesn't take much. Like,
yeah, there's going to be another Harbinger coming in. He's going to play it on like the opposite side of the Master Tower to ensure it cannot be targeted by Westland.
But yeah, Cat has to commit tons of resources to defend against this Red Golem. But the Shrimps here, they do DPS that down very effectively.
The Shrimp's taking care of that Red Golem.
And the tank
tanking up. DPS. There comes the praise the Puff. Or Puff the Sun.
And this is the end.
Yeah, plays the Blood and he knows it's over. Cat in two
Sudoku.
surprisingly close games takes the set.
Yeah, there were... I mean, both games there could go either way very easily. Any mistake from both sides could just ended the game in either direction, really. I don't feel any of them really misplayed in any like major way in any of those games.
Yeah, they played the decks as best as they could.
I definitely think that. I mean, I do feel that Westland should have had the first game there. Should have made like a few different decisions with the pings, just going a bit more ham on the face damage. But like Westland, I can't believe he lost that much HP with the one push from Cat. Like, yeah, he went from like 2.2 to like 700 or something. It was an insane amount of health that he lost. Way more than he wanted to get the Red Golem out.
Alright, we come to a quick intermission, trying to find some matches as we go along. And I believe for the next round, I will be joined by the grand return of Sinilo. And then Hagen will be back following round 5. So we'll see if we get a couple games in before then, but see you guys soon. Alright, welcome back, guys. We're going into round 4. I'll be joined for this round by Single, and then after this I'll be bidding adieu from the Swiss stage. Great to have you back, Sasha.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back, and I was given the opportunity to cast once more by the current staff while I've been on hiatus, and I've been resting and recovering from my last stint as the admin. And yeah, I'm really glad to be back, and what a game to come back to, right?
Alright, I'll do a quick recap of the round 3 results, and then we'll get straight into this live match. So, Croaker X 2-1's Grey Wolf, Darien 2-1's Video Gamer 77, Reezy 2-0's Aser, Cat 2-0's Westland, and Aser 2-0's Mephisto. Zenu 2-1's Tomato, James 2-1's Florian, Azabama 2-0's Von Slacken, and Keishan 2-0's Ransacked, Dova Nation 2-0's Brepost, and Maddie 2-0's Honey Badger, FanTK 2-0's Archie, and Unseen Savage 2-0's Adrian, Paco 2-0's Pennyman, Lucanos 2-1's Tanner, and Soul Spirit 2-0's Firelander. And going into round 4, we will be watching Aser versus Video Gamer.
It's like this is rigged.
I don't know too much about Aser, actually. What can you tell me about them?
Well, Aser, he's actually been quite an old player. I believe he started joining around the 20s of the KPC. He's actually, I think, has actually been in a top 8, so he's definitely a contender in what we can. And I think right now he's currently sitting on 2 wins, so he's definitely in position.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, he did just 2-0 Mephisto, so he's clearly got quite the element of skill to him.
Yep.
And obviously, we all know about Gamer. There's nothing new there. Gamer's one of our longest-term players.
One of the longest players, been here since even before KPC 10. I believe he started KPC 3 with, I think, one tournament even before I joined. So he's quite an old player. He's been playing for 2 years now. He's one of the most popular streamers. I think Bob has beat him in popularity as of late, but yeah, he's still one of the most relevant streamers. And he always tends to try to play off the meta. He tries to beat the meta rather than join it. So it's always interesting to see what he can do. Yeah,
and we see actually Acer brings quite a couple of interesting decks. There's a lot of nuances to go over in that one, but we see another crossbow guild on that Stormbringer, so that kind of might be making a bit of a comeback. But one thing we do say is we see 3 copies of Ghost between these 2 players. We got some Ghost fans in the house.
Well, one of the cards I hear that was really popular is that new what's it called? Storm, the 6-mana epic card. And that is a very tanky unit. It's
it's the Shield Guard.
Yeah, the Shield Guard. It's very tanky. But because it's quite heavy, it's quite susceptible to air. It's a prime ghost target. So I think the ghost might have been a reactionary thing to the Shield Guard.
Yeah. You got the bans coming on in. Gamer bans Ravager and Stormbringer, while Acer bans Mortar and Milloween. So
pretty safe bans for both sides. We know Gamer doesn't like the Ravager games because they tend to go too fast.
That's true. The crossbow dudes on APEP. Wow.
Yeah,
okay then.
The crossbow dudes are pretty good, right? They're in a better spot right now because of the small buff. That attack speed does start to add up, and it's in particular, it's really good to see a strong split and anti-air option again at the 2-mana slot.
Yeah, the anti-air, they got good damage. They're very sticky. They're super annoying to remove, especially when they're on the enemy side of the field. So they're just very consistent anti-air option for 4 mana. Like you pay a little bit on DPS, but with the crossbow dude buff, they got enough DPS to not really care.
We get into the first game. What do you think we're gonna see?
Ooh, I hope. I feel like Gamer's gonna start with the APEP. Oh, he does. Nice.
Yeah, APEP is relatively a safe pick, and
well, he's not. That's the thing. He is not the safe pick, and that's why you want to go him first, because you don't want to be stuck having to win 2 games. And we see the Puffo emote from Gamer. That is part of the new Crypt promotion, for those who don't know. You can pick up a free Puffo emote.
Yep.
Absolutely terrifying.
And the new avatar, I believe, as well.
The avatar is from the DLC, I think. I'm not aware of any Crypt avatars we have. See that shield guard marching on down the bottom lane. Pretty slow start so far. Gamer gets a free heal puff. That's gonna be pretty nice.
Here's the ghost we were talking about just earlier. There it is, ghosting the shield guard.
Yep, and Gamer gonna heal all the way back up to 3,000 with that heal puff. Always nice.
We see it's quite a bit since we've seen this card. The Harbinger.
Well, we saw it last set, but yeah. Harbinger sits in a bit of an interesting place, really. It's a very strong card, but you need to support it. Otherwise, it's terrible.
Ooh, that cleaver. A cleaver res right there.
And we see it there with the shield and crossbow dudes, by the way. That's exactly what we mean when we say that that card is very consistent anti-air.
Those units, because we were talking about the mana version.
Most other anti-air units would not have been able to help take down that Harbinger there.
Gamer not being allowed to heal this time around.
He gets a steal on a succubus. That's really good.
The heal buff also completely removed, so Gamer is going to have to take this very... Ooh, that charge!
Shield guard, pretty good against the succubus.
But this is where Apep makes his money's worth. At perk 2, Gamer has a... Gamer does have a pretty small, light deck, so...
The Armor of Light does help get rid of that totem a lot earlier than Gamer might like.
I think Gamer will adjust to it, though. He will prep for it in advance. Like, he won't... because at that time, he put it in the same lane as the Shield Guard of Light, so it got hit. But if he just put it in a different lane, it will eventually adjust to it. And the Harbinger is aiming at the heal puff. It's going to take it down.
Out come the shielded dudes tanking up that cleaver, but it gets a nice cleaver res.
Cleaver res once more.
Not like there were many good options, though. You see a fireball.
Yep, not many good options at the moment due to just the sheer value of Acer's deck. It's a lot of just valuable minions, and here's a scrap tank. That's gonna make it even harder for gamers.
He's just got so many good resurrections off. Gamers really struggling to keep up with this on the defense. There's just so much stuff.
This might be it.
I think that's it, yeah. Acer's resurrections were just way too good.
Yep, but now that deck is gone.
Yep, that's just how Mordor can work sometimes. You get some nice easy 6-mana reses like that, and then you just roll straight over an Apep. Ray does not have the defense's capability for this kind of meta.
Yep, it's just too much good reses. Gamer didn't really have a way to stop reses, like he didn't have a shock rock, and he just kept resing and resing and resing over and over and over. And eventually, because of all the free mana he got and all the free setup he got, Acer just basically ran down with a huge death ball, and then Gamer just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Yeah. There wasn't really any better target for him to try and make Acer resurrect, though. I mean, that final resurrection, it was a cleaver, a succubus, or a harbinger. All of those are absolutely terrible to give him. So, not a whole lot he could do about that.
Yep, it's just the unfortunate thing when you play against Mordor sometimes. Sometimes there's just going to be a situation where you have to choose a gun or an even bigger gun. And you have to just find out which is the correct one, right? And as we set up again for the next match, we're just waiting on the players now, I believe. Yep,
it'll be Gamer with his Volko, which is a very interesting lineup. We've got Armored Scratch, we've got a Shadow Whelp. Actually, Shadow Whelp's a very good Volko card now that I think about it.
I like to say the Armored Scratch. A lot of people slept on that card, and there was a massive discussion. Just I think about a couple weeks back on whether the card was good or not. Like, I think one of the main heads of that discussion was Zenu and Gamer, saying how good it was as a mid-range valuable unit. Like it, and if it ever gets to face, you feel like it doesn't do that much damage, but it actually does like 100, and that adds up.
Yeah, it's 60 DPS, which is that's higher than Dragon Wolf. So.
And it splits too, so that's even crazier.
It splits, it's semi-tanky, it's like 270 health for a free mana card. It's just super annoying. You won't always necessarily feel the impact of that card, but it's strong.
Here we go. Daddy versus PuckChamp. Gamer versus Acer. Game 2.
Get the Puffo emotes out again. Also, not to mention, Armored Scratch is a great opening play.
Very good opening play, and but the Xiaolong is actually a pretty good response to it. And here comes the Scrap back top to reclaim the bridge.
It's a nice response, but it's slow. Another card we see a lot of lately, Never Back.
Well, I tend to think we see a lot of it simply because of that 1 mana value. It's a really good style
of
card.
flying unit. I mean, obviously its main downside is it's super squishy and it's very easily distracted.
Ooh, look at the Scrap. Is it gonna make it? No.
Nice pushback from the Morgul. Sacrifices the Swarmers, but I think that's worth it to keep the Scrat alive.
There we go. There's the
instant beam from Gamer. He was ready for that. I mean, obviously he knew what the deck was, but wasting no time at all. Doesn't even get a single attack off.
You gotta remember, Gamer made a name for himself for Beam of Doom, with the double Beam of Doom back in the days of wildcards. This is just a callback to those days when he just burned people down with Beam of Dooms, and with Volko, this is going to be a fast game unless Acer somehow finds a way to at least stay healthy.
Yeah. Nice handling of the Shadow Whelp, though. That was pretty good.
It's also good to note that Shadow Whelp does kill Dragon Whelp, which is a very popular card. So not only do you get a pretty mobile assassin, you get a good counter to the Dragon Whelp, which has cost players a lot of issues in the past.
Especially Gamer.
Yeah, especially Gamer.
Yeah, we saw the Armored Scrap DPS actually working out quite a bit there on that Cleaver, so...
Yeah. Okay, I got a little excited and I just remembered Screaming Dragon has taunt, so the Cleaver did aim for it first.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fake? Yep, that is fake. Ooh, did that do no damage to the Morgul?
Or do you lose your Cleaver?
Yeah, it did no damage, I think.
It did do its damage.
Oh, okay.
It's just not much.
Might be a little bugged on my end, but yeah. Interesting. Here's the Gamer has to make a decision again. It's Cleaver, Scrat Tank, and no, he doesn't. He can just beam face. If Gamer beams this totem, this Tombstone, he chooses not to.
No, he doesn't want to. He never wants to do that. He does not want this Harbinger in play at any point in the game. Because the second Harbinger hits the field, it has to get to the middle of the bridges for Shadow Whelp to take it out. And it just puts Gamer so far behind.
I would also like to note that Acer is sitting at 665 HP. He could set up the beam and set up kill. A 2-beam turn kill is which I was trying to, which is why I was looking at that Tombstone and thinking to myself, maybe that's actually the good play there, because
Gamer's playing it very patiently. And Acer's acknowledging that risk and he's starting to space his Tombstones out a bit more.
Yep, but remember, Gamer can just choose the beam right here, and it will put this game on a timer. But Gamer
will put this game on a timer, but that's a very aggressive push coming on the Scrap Tank and the Succubus. Gamer really wants to just be playing this safe, especially if it's a competent opponent like Acer.
That's a real Cleaver, probably? Yes, it's a real Cleaver.
Nice Scrap Pack block.
Oh no, Scrap Tank's gonna lock it in. It's gonna lock it. Succubus didn't make it in time.
Yeah, but still, that Succubus Resurrection, it's so annoying. Doesn't get the hit, but he drops the beam.
Perfect beam.
Here comes the Harbinger from Acer. He's going to play it instantly. No, he's not. He's just going to go for the shield guard. Wants that bridge taken away. I think he was valid.
Good defense by Gamer. Good defense. The Morgul, the burn the bridges. Ooh,
nice Netherbab jump.
The Netherbab did good work there.
It's the first time I've seen its ability actually be positive.
I do want to note here, if Acer doesn't keep this top bridge, it will actually be a problem. Ooh, that's not a good res.
Forces a Scrat res. That's huge for Gamer.
Yeah, remember, Acer actually has to keep this top bridge, because if the top bridge is taken, Beam technically does 330 damage. Gamer only needs 160, about 3 more cards with the top bridge.
Yeah, Gamer needs to play anything to take that top bridge now. He's got the opportunity for it. He's got that Beam sitting in hand, so the Harbinger again is not going to be valid. He's just going for it. The Beam goes to face. Acer down to 75 health. 2 more Volco burns will finish it, or a complete cycle of Gamer's hand. Acer is on a timer now to finish this game.
Acer... He's got a shield guard.
Gamer's control. No, not long enough.
Uh-oh.
He's just cycling. He's going for the cycle.
Yeah, he has no choice. As the bridge was taken back, is Gamer gonna make it?
He needs to hold out for a little bit longer here, but this is such a menacing push coming on in. Does he have the mana to finish it out?
There's no way. He doesn't have the mana. He doesn't have the mana. Oh wait, the Cleaver's hung up. The Cleaver's hung up. Oh no, Cleaver's about to...
The Cleaver takes it out. That's gonna be it. Gamer catches it out with a second.
The Scrat! The Barrel Scrat saves the game!
The Armored Scrat's tanking up that extra Cleaver hit, and then the Cleaver tries to run past the Scrat tank, gets taken down by the Volco Cleave. That was insanely close.
Gamer must be sweating right now. He must be sweating. God, I might be losing my voice, and it's just the first game. Sprite, is this a sign for things to come?
Oh, that was such a good match. That was really well played from both of them.
Both reading the situations, understanding the situation perfectly. Like Gamer saving the Beam when it could have been a possible timer on the game.
Very patient play Gamer. It just barely edges out that game.
For about 18 mana, I believe. 18 mana in a beam kills. So now we set up for the final game.
Yeah, game 3, and that's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy that we're doing this already.
Feels like we're already in top 8. I even lost track of the fact that was game 2.
This was game 2. Either way, now we have.
I try to watch breathing into the mic.
Yep, sorry. As I'm trying to get used to it all over again. It's been a while. But yeah, now we have the Volco once more. Do you think the adjustments will be made? Do you think Acer will play more aggressively this time around? Or do you think he'll try to space it out?
I'm having troubles connecting to the server. I'm gonna try and get that looked at.
I wasn't mentioning it because I didn't want to say it, but now that you mentioned it, yes, I'm also having some issues.
It looks like the players are in the actual game still. I think it's because I tried to restart the game.
Yeah, I guess we
that as quickly as possible.
We might have to do a restart of the client, but the game has started, or they're loading in, I believe. I'm loading.
Oh, it looks like I'm getting in now. Yep, there we go. Just a momentary issue. Are you in the match?
I'm still loading.
Okay. I'll quickly try and get in, and I'll solo cast so you can connect.
I'm in. We see the APEP, we see Volco, we see game start.
Alright, here we go. We're in the match.
Very excited here. Again, Gamer on the fairly aggressive... Ooh, screaming at...
Actually, I think something...
There may be an error?
There may be an error. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Game has started the screen.
I think we're good. I think we're good. We're playing.
So Scrat, Bridge is being fought for here. Bridge Shrine comes out. Here comes Root. Is this call to arms? I didn't...
No, it's not call to arms. He's just running the Bridge Shrine and the Grasping Thorns.
Well, I want to talk about Grasping Thorns. Grasping Thorns are a really good card if you have yet to learn about it. It is an AoE. It leaves an AoE on the ground that slows and does lots of... quite a significant amount of damage, actually, and you cannot target it unless you have an AoE. It's a very good card for slowing down the game.
I'd like to note, though, look where Acer is positioning that Bridge Shrine. From the start of the game, he doesn't want to give Gamer a single good beam in this matchup.
Yep. Especially
It's very common practice for a Volco in a situation to try and beam the Master Tower and the Bridge Shrine.
especially with the game coming so close last time, and it coming down to maybe if he didn't put the tombstone next to his or the harbinger next to his face that one time, he could have won that game.
Yep. Oh, there's those grasping thorns with the stun lancer though. Oh, that's frustrating.
Oh, that's frustrating to see.
Oh no, the armored scrat, it's pushed its way out. It's fighting that stun lancer. It's gonna take it down.
But the succubus in time.
Well, it's not much, but it takes down the stun lancer, the hero armored scrat.
You know, there's some pride in taking down the stun lancer. It's an achievement. That stun lancer grasping thorns combo, very hard to push into. And the Fire Imp comes to top lane. Quite an aggressive Fire Imp, actually. And here comes the Nether Whelp. Just assassinating while he pleases.
That Nether Whelp's such a cooler name. We should have gone with that.
Yep.
Oh, Acer tries to get a cheeky ghost on it, but he's having none of that.
But what he does is he actually stops the... I was gonna say, I think he tried to stop the assassin. The assassin bonus, or the Divine Warrior? The Divine Warrior probably blocked it already. But yeah, he probably tried to get the sneaky ghost, but the Divine Warrior walked a little too far off, and the Whelp retargeted.
Yeah.
Stun Lancers again. Where's the Grasping Thorns coming down? Oh no, not Grasping Thorns. Screaming
He's got his hand right now. Gamer's getting some nice bridge control going though. I mean, I don't think he really cares about experience too much in this game, as long as he can start burning Acer down.
Exactly. He's actually been sitting on the Beam of Doom in his hand for almost this entire game right now, and he's quite happy with that. Because that Beam of Doom really doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Ooh, Gamer mistimed the Morgul there, so the the Whelp takes it for the team. But yeah, he's happy. He's happy waiting on this Beam of Doom. He's happy chipping away slowly.
Ooh, the armored scratch though. Almost killed that Fire Imp, but they managed to push through the flames. Just these little interactions like that.
Little interactions add up, like a body bump costing an entire game.
Yep.
Gamer's he's actually having quite a bit of trouble with this Stun Lancer.
Yep, the Stun Lancers are really good now ever since they got that buff. It becomes so much more sticky.
I was gonna say that Ghost may be not the most advised move, as it went for a Swarmer.
Divine Warrior though.
Here comes the Screaming Scratch, just to reclaim bridge. Remember, this isn't the win con isn't the win con for Acer isn't in the game itself. It's getting the Mana Frenzy.
This armored scratch. Every time I've seen the armored scratch versus the Fire Imp, they escape the fire with just barely enough health to hang onto that bridge and make it waste another attack.
As long as you have 1 HP, you can do damage. And that,
yeah. The old leak saying, I think that is.
You gotta do damage. As long as you 1 HP, you're not dead yet. You gotta do some work. And the armored scrats are doing lots of work. They're helping damage this Fire Imp. Fire Imp, very known to be very hard to remove.
Now they hit perk free, I just realized how much damage they're gonna start putting out.
Yep, that's gonna start adding up. And Acer, remember, Acer is also...
Oh, this ghost is gonna be huge though!
Yeah, but it's on a Morgul, so will actually advise against it being too big.
It does force the Morgul out from Gamer though, so that's another 4 mana you had to spend just to stop his cleaver from killing himself.
I like to note that both win conditions are very soon. I believe it's about 20 EXP for Acer, and it's about 600 HP for Gamer.
Yep. It's coming down to the wire again.
The series has not disappointed. Ooh, this ghost is retargeted again. Oh, it got the Morgul!
That's quite impressive.
Look, here comes the armor. Look at that! It just ripped Screaming Scrat apart.
Tears those minions apart. And now Acer down to 600 health, but he's 15 experience away from Mana Frenzy. Game's got to come out something quick.
I think it might be too late for Acer. He might not have time to play Bridge Shrine because of all these Rampage minions.
He doesn't want to play Bridge Shrine. You generally don't want to play Bridge Shrine in this kind of scenario, because then you're wasting mana that could be used to control the bridges. Yep. But he gets 2 ghosts out on the field at once.
But it might be a free ghost. He might have a free ghost!
Oh, no way. Did he actually get a free... I didn't pay attention to what he got. It was not a free ghost.
We need to ask. I gotta ask him later after this game. Was
No,
that
I can see it now. It's a free ghost. I'm watching his hand.
It's a free ghost. Gamer has
That's
beam.
so
Gamer
annoying.
Gamer can actually beam here for lots of damage. Oh.
Yep, I think he should go for it. He needs to get some damage out. Actually, Ace another 300 health. If he beams the totem, it's over.
No, the totem's...
No,
he can't beam it. He has to wait it out.
He'll be alive with like 1 tick of health. He has to wait it out.
If Gamer gets this bottom bridge, for even a second, he got it!
Bottom bridge. That's it.
Am I being?
That's
I
it.
hit the top.
Gamer takes the set. He takes a set against a Mana Frenzy Apep. It was the next card in Apep's hand was the Shield Totem. He couldn't cycle fast enough. Again, the match comes down to a second.
Split seconds, boys. This is what Minion Masters all about at times.
What an insane set from Aser and Gamer. Gamer takes it 2-1.
Good work, too. Both players, good work. Both came on stage ready for a fight and stepped up to the challenge, and both proceeded to give us an amazing set.
Wow. Great match there. So that's gonna tie.
I'm lost for words for how good and how competitive of a set that was.
Yeah, it looks like we're coming to the end of the 4th round as I see it on tournament, so that's going to be the end of my casting for the King Puff 32. It was great to join you, and it's great to have a bit of a nostalgia trip with Sasha on the casting panel here for this last game.
Yep, nostalgia, but now we need to move slightly forward because I'll be rejoined with Gnome for the next round, as Gnome will take over for Sprite, and I will be joining you guys till the end of group stage.
All right. And we'll see you after the break, and yeah. Have a good tournament.
Have a good one. All right, I believe we are back now. Yes, and we are approaching round 5, and our live game will be Croaker X versus Darien. Joining me should be Gnome. Gnome, are you there?
Of course I am here. How could I miss casting with the legendary Filipino that we have here?
Don't make me bring out the spray bottle.
Don't spray me, please. Sir. Please. No abuse on stream.
So now, are you ready to cast Croaker versus Darien? But I think first, can you bring us a recap of what happened last round? Through at least the scores.
I can after I reload this website.
Nice.
So that will be round 4. There we go. Alright. So Darien 2-0'd Rizzy, Cat. Oh, Croaker X 2-0'd Cat. I see, interesting.
Ooh, a 2-0 Cat. So Croaker coming in with a House of Fire.
Yeah, that is very impressive. Wonder how that matchup turned out. Zenu 2-0'd the Grey Wolf, Video Gamer 2-1'd Aser, Westland 2-0'd Kishin, Laser 2-0'd Dova Nation, James 2-1'd Maddie, Hazard Bomber 2-0'd Fan TK, Tomato 2-0'd Unseen Savage, Mephisto 2-0'd Flo Florian, Paco Maniac 2-1'd Archie, Onslacken lost to Soul Spirit 2-0. Honey Badger 1-0 against Lucanos, I don't know, something. Bill Gamore 1 against Ransacked. Don't have a specific on that. Repost 1 against Adrian. Pennyman 2-0'd Tanner. Highlander 1 against. Oh, just gotta buy. Never mind.
Yeah, bye. All right. So let me kind of break down the cast here. We have let's talk about Croaker X first. Croaker X, relatively, well, not relatively new. He's quite old. He started joining recently, I believe.
I feel
about 4 months.
I feel he's one of the players that's been playing for a while, but hasn't really joined the tournament scene much.
Yeah, but let's talk about the 201 Cat and what that actually means. Cat being one of the best players. You can say probably one of the top 3 players of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Cat is
even top 1.
Yeah, Cat is either the best or one of the best.
So Croaker coming up with a massive win right now. So he's gotta be feeling it. He's gotta have all. you can't just say have to put all the momentum in. You just top a giant.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, I mean, obviously there's skill involved there, but I'm also wondering how good the matchups were deck-wise. Anyways, though, when it comes to, I mean, also Darien, also a very skilled, experienced player.
Well, one of our oldest players, actually. He's, I believe, started joining KPC 4. And
really, that long ago?
Yes, he's that old. He's that old in this game. He's he's a two-year-old player, and as you can see, he didn't technically make it famous, but he's known as the Red Golem guy, and he has brought his Red Golem to the fray. That is something Croaker Croaker most likely will have to beat it out. I don't think it was banned. We have our bans now.
Croaker did ban Mordar and Ratbow. I'm sure Croaker doesn't want to face the infamous Ratbow Red Golem from Darien. And just banning the Mordar, which is just like a very like mid-range, 4-5 mana cost Mordar. And Darien bans the Mordar and Ravager. So
Ravager.
yeah, I mean, not facing a Ravager is like fair enough. Like it's a Ravager with a Shield Guard, Dragon Ball, Lone Wolf, etc. Fairly aggressive as usual, and the Mordar with the Harbinger.
I like to say though, he did leave Darien's Balco and Setsu open. Darien actually ladders a lot with the Balco. He actually
definitely. Yeah, I mean,
he prefers it over his Red Golem deck. He finds it more consistent. So he did leave a pick open.
Yeah, personally, I probably would have banned the Volko and Ratbow from Darien if I was to play against them. I mean, I've played against Darien personally, and experienced firsthand how good his Volko can be in tournament play. So
I also like to bring up that King Puff is also left wide open. Very strong versus Volko.
Yeah, it is a Horde KP, which is a bit scary. It's not like a completely meta KP. Well, it is a Combust Horde KP, which is very like...
Very can win in a blink of an eye.
I wonder if Croaker banned the Ratbow and the Mordar simply because those are the only decks with an Illo Cleaver in them.
Maybe because I think we would have to check the order of the bans, but that is a definite possibility.
Yeah, because, well, I guess it's potentially, well, Croaker did ban second, but, yeah, I mean, that might have been something that played into his Mordar ban there, thinking, okay, maybe I'll ban out all the Illo Cleavers so my KP could range free.
The guild is open, though. The Crossbow Guild deck is open. And I believe the players are getting ready. We should
yeah, should be starting quite soon.
Just
waiting on the game to start here. But yeah, so Darien's Volko I think has been basically the same since the dawn of time. You have the Vanilla Warrior in there, Vanilla Cleaver, you have Swarmers.
Darien actually really likes the Vanilla Warrior. I think it's one of his favorite cards.
I mean, like, in Volko, I think it's, like, a very respectable pick. And the game is starting here. Croaker on his Stormbringer and Darien on his Setsu. Not opening with the Volko.
Well, this is a really good for Darien, actually. He, back when the meta was Crossbow Stormbringer, Crossbow Guild Stormbringer, Darien actually experimented a lot with Setsu just to beat it. And he actually, and it came up relatively successful most of the time, so this is something Darien knows really well, and it's gonna be interesting how both players react. Ooh, a jump right away! He wants to support this Cleaver!
Not liking that Scrat tank drop there versus the Cleaver. Not a play that I think that's a clear misplay.
Setsu also tanking the Xiaolong, and it's distracted a lot of the DPS away.
I do feel that Darien will be heavily favored in this matchup, considering he has Setsu jump to deal with Crossbow Guild, he has Cleaver to counter Defenso, to counter tank. And yeah, I mean, I think Darien should have a way easier time winning this game compared to Croaker.
That's a rampage.
Yeah, I mean,
werewolf. It's going to face. Okay, stopped by the defensive.
Defensive was very, very important here. Without that, he would just die already. Probably if it didn't have that card in hand or didn't have it in the deck.
This is gonna be a key card in this matchup as well. The defenso will be blocking. Forward.
Yeah, I mean, defenso will be vital. If he misplays defenso and lets, for example, the cleaver take care of it, then he will just melt very, very quickly.
There's what I was alluding to at the start of the game. The jump right away on the Crossbow Guild. Crossbow Guild not allowed to produce.
And also, if you look at all the stats so far in this game, health advantage properly in Darien's favor here, and XP advantage heavily in Darien's favor as well. He's ahead in every single aspect.
Even in the tempo of the game, as this game has been completely dictated by him so far.
It has.
The Magma Cannon. Here comes the Scroward. Will it on? Ooh, Illusion Cleavered away. As we try. And this is what Croaker kind of wants. Croaker wants these silent parts of the game, so he can recover and try to regain control of it. Darien wants to keep pushing this tempo up, but Darien actually sitting on 10 mana there for a little while. And here comes perk 2. This is where I don't like this.
I don't agree. I mean, personally, I would not play this guild basically for the rest of the match, because he has burn spells, he has Setsu jump. It just doesn't do anything. To me, it's a waste of mana.
What he was trying to do there, I believe, was he played the guild to bait the jump, and he actually played the tank right away. But because he misplaced it. The tank wasn't able to block the Setsu right away.
Well, yeah, that was the plan, obviously there, but he just.
Let's talk about this cleaver on face though. Let's talk about this cleaver. Okay, cleaver's down, but Croaker is at 385 HP. This is Setsu
I mean, Croaker's dead. I mean, not to like break it early, chat, but Croaker is mega dead. He has no shielding. Setsu has perk 3. She has laser. Setsu's gonna jump. He has spells for reload. So Croaker is incredibly dead. Croaker is just
tried to block it there. And he didn't get it, I think. And then it's just dagger fall away now.
It doesn't really matter if the tank blocks the Setsu shells, because the laser goes through all of it and does some damage anyway. And then with support spells like that Daggerfall, like that Shock Rock, not only do you get the reload, but you get damage on face. So Croaker just fell way too low, way too fast, and could do nothing.
That's why a lot of players, one of the other masters they suggest for new players to learn this game is that Setsu, because Setsu can control, and we're just with no time to spiel here. No, we have to get straight into game 2. Darien with a game 1 win, so it's up to Croaker right now.
Very convincing game 1 win. But I will say that he was definitely favored quite heavily in that matchup.
Yes, the matchup was definitely on Darien's side. Not only matchup-wise, experience-wise. That is something Darien had played. The Crossbow Guild deck, something Darien has played into multiple amounts of times throughout the KPCs. And here comes the
now Croaker is stuck on his KP now, but it is a Horde Combustion KP, and Darien does not have an Illo Cleaver. He does have Shock Rock.
He doesn't have
and
an Illo
Daggerfall.
Cleaver. He has Daggerfall and Shock Rock. You're indeed right. However, that means he always has to keep one of those spells in hand. He can't. Aggressively throwing it out, one of them out, might be a mistake. Here's the Soul Stealer. Is it how many stacks it's gonna get? Oh no! Okay, I thought it was on the werewolf for a second, but no, it's on the Scrowhorde. That's 6. That's 7. It's 7 before he got on the werewolf. Here comes Living Statue. Oh, Setsu's on Living Statue. Here comes the Soul Stealer.
Nice play to keep the Soul Stealer alive there and get Setsu to target the statue, but still, it doesn't matter.
It's just not fast enough.
Like, Soul Stealer is gonna get 1 hit here before Setsu kills it off, but not even 1, never mind, I forget the range difference there. But Croaker is already very, very far behind health-wise, like insanely far behind.
Under 800,
like,
way too much damage.
I mean, not to call the game preemptively, but Croaker is playing against a Setsu. He doesn't have any heals. He's not going to get invulnerability before perk 3.
He does have living statue. If he can control the bridges long enough and get perk 3 before Setsu.
Yeah, he needs to be had in XP. He needs to deny the third perk as long as possible. He needs to always block the Setsu damage on face. But it's I think it's going to be a hard game.
There's a lot of damage coming up. Thankfully, Screaming Rat pulls it away. Setsu's gonna get some face damage though. It's gonna go low. It's gonna be a lot more. Croaker's deck's just too slow. Your Setsu's just gonna roll over him.
As said, as cold, there's just nothing Croaker can really do there after the first push. He took way too much damage. I think he placed way too much faith in the Soul Stealer, thinking, okay, I'll clean it up. He'll get lots of stacks. He needed to deal with that horde way earlier, because the horde, the raged werewolf as well, both those in unison dealt a lot of DPS, and he didn't deal with it nearly fast enough.
Very good set from Darien.
That was super clean, just an execution.
Showing really strong execution, showing a lot of like know-how on how to play Setsu, how to handle things with Setsu.
Yeah, I mean, Setsu is personally my favorite master, has been for a while, my most played master, and there's a reason for it. She's very, very strong in the right hands.
Yep. So I hope let's go hopefully find another game. Let's hope our streamer can provide us with another game to watch, or how is the round progressing so far? I guess is the better question to ask.
I will. All right, so might be jumping into Hazard Bomber. Where's he? All right. So we'll see if we can find that match somewhere. Hopefully, we can jump in here and spectate this right away. That would be ideal.
We can spectate it right away.
I'm jumping into the game right now. Hopefully, I'll be actually able to load in. Let's not jinx myself again here. And I'm getting spectate bug, as usual.
I guess we should take a small intermission while we wait for at least wait for the opportunity to join their game. Might be better play here. We'll give spectate bug.
Indeed, we'll get right on the casting when we can actually load in and actually spectate.
Okay, I'm getting a message. We will be spectating Kat and James. Let's hopefully let's get on their game and hopefully don't crash it or don't get another spectate bug, right?
Yeah, we can hope. At least those people I have on Steam, so then I'm not gonna get bugs, because Discord is the perpetrator of all these horrible sad bugs that keep
Unfortunately, right now there's an issue with the connection between Discord and Steam right now. Hopefully the devs will get on that as soon as they can, but for now
or if it's like even Discord on the Discord side as well. I don't exactly know how that interaction works, but yes. I'm gonna try to jump into
Kat and James.
Yes, that would be a very great matchup to watch.
I'm in the game right now. Kat on KP, James on his Milloween that he loves playing so much, and then Milloween is perk 3. Very dangerous right now. And let's see. Interestingly enough, James is playing I don't know what the name of the new card is. It's that new 2-mana card that turns all his
the void
spectator bug.
The Gork Gate, I mean.
We gotta wait for we have a spectator bug on our streamer's end right now. We're gonna have to wait.
Might as well commentate while we are waiting.
We're gonna radio cast this game until he does it. So James has an 8-mana. James has 2 turtles on the field. Divine warriors clashing with each other. They both go down. Blastmans are gonna try to do as much work as possible. Scrat tank on the turtle, one of the turtles right now. And Black Hole saving it for a bit, but is it really worth it, James? I guess it gets him a stack. It gets him. Here comes a Curse Bear from Jameson to take care of the Scrat Tank. Turtle. Ooh, Fireball taking care of Spirit Throwers and drone buzzers. But KP giving Flightless Dragon shields, but they're walking straight into Torrents. No, what do you think of this matchup far? James has just hit Mana Frenzy.
Well, I haven't even gotten the spectate yet because I get unlimited bugs.
Anyway, I'll cast this for now. James a Mana Frenzy, Cat, but Cat is KP. Cat just needs to hold the one bridge, but James has turtles everywhere. He's got 2 of them yet again. Curse Bearer Grenadier going top. It's really hard to stop Curse Bearer Grenadier, but Divine Warrior will do it. Here comes Fire Emblem gonna kill the Grenadier, but James has got 2 turtles at bot lane. But Scrat Tank's blocking it for quite a bit of time. Black Hole goes up the top lane. James can't find a bridge. He's Mana Frenzy, but he can't find a bridge at all. Or swap top. Fireball. James about to grab a bridge. James finds a bridge finally. Oh, it's neutralized right away. And game is now in the neutral again. James found 1 bridge. This could be game. This could be it. Fireball. James has both bridges now. And but Scrat Tank and Drum Buzzer is clearing it. But again, it's just how long can James keep the top bridge? He doesn't keep it for long. Cat takes it back. Grasping Thorns coming up to take care of the Flightless Dragons. Cat's almost a Mana Frenzy on his own right now. He's about 15 XP away. This is going to be quite a comeback if he does it, though. Curse Bearer going down. 2 turtles. Curse Bearer, 2 turtle push yet again. Drum Buzzers goes top. James clears it with fire. Oh, he misses! James, what are you doing? Divine Warrior going to try to fix his mistake. Here comes Blastomancer. Blastomancer, one of those great cards when you're trying to fight a Mana Frenzy deck. But here, James finally got the face. Screaming Scrat Warrior, 3 turtles. Here's Fireball. Hits the Blastmancer, doesn't kill. But the turtles are doing so much work right now. The turtles got through. Cat, can you stop this somehow? Cat, can you finish this game? Can you save yourself? Turtles in face. Turtles in face. That's a lot of damage. Black Hole on the Fire Imp. Drum Buzzers. And that's game. There's no way.
And now I loaded in just in time to watch nothing. To watch like 5 golems jumping on the enemy face there. And James won?
James,
I always miss the best game.
James managed to weather the storm known as Cat's defense and
God damn it.
And break through. And Cat just as Cat was about to hit Mana Frenzy too. But James finally got control of both bridges. And that's what you need to do is but I like to point out how good Cat's defense was that game. That's what you need to do when you're fighting a Mana Frenzy deck that hits Mana Frenzy. You need to deny those bridges. You need to not allow. You gotta say no. These are mine. You can't have them. You deny them, which denies them 2 potential mana a second. I believe it's every 5 seconds, right?
I actually forgot the stats, but yeah, keeping the bridges is definitely very, very important. I mean, obviously it depends on the deck you have. If you have like cheap bridge grab, if you have like a tank, if you have things like that you can do. And another game of James and Cat. I guess this is maybe game 3.
Yep, this possibly game 3. I believe we do not have.
Might as well cast it. I believe. I hope that Joe here is still spectating.
Yep.
So yeah, the Stormbringer versus Millowing.
Curse Bear coming
Did see the Stormbringer earlier.
We did see it earlier.
I didn't see James's Millowing last game, but he won with it. So
it is
all right. This is the cheap cycle.
Weird. James with his Millowing, he doesn't play it as meta as most people do with the Bridge Shrine, with the Clear Skies. I mean, he does have the Bridge Shrine though.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, I did watch one game with James playing this earlier, didn't I? I feel like I did. Or at least another Milloween with the Bridge Shrine. Maybe I'm confusing people. But yeah, it's very important for Milloween to try to get to the 3rd perk as fast as possible.
It's one of the core cards on Milloween, and it's kind of like how her development as a character and how the community has developed decks around her. It used to be before Milloween used to have infinite levels on the golems, but the golems were relatively weak until you stacked them up to multiple levels, and then they reworked it. And then after that rework, the community, after testing for so long, and I think it was like a 3-month process with the rework, we determined that it was actually better to just get multiple golems out rather than and get the perk 3 as soon as you can, rather than having one big golem or be like several level 10 golems, right, Nom?
Indeed, indeed. And because of that change, it means that the third perk is the end-all be-all for the majority of Milloween decks and Milloween players. You want to get XP, you want to keep bridges, you want to just use a shrine, whatever means you can to get to
Clear
that.
Skies is also another very big contender for the Milloween
just
deck.
keep your health high and defend, not necessarily damage the enemy, but just get the third perk and then crush them. But yeah, James is hurting here on HP, 1000 HP under Cat, and XP is completely even, which is not good since James is playing those shrines time and time again. But Cat does have better bridge control and is keeping the bridges in his grasps much as possibly can here.
This is kind of an interesting matchup that we see as well, because it is a bridge shrine deck versus a Stormbringer deck, and the Stormbringer doesn't mind taking this to late, going a little slow. He likes going slow. It's one of his gimmicks, as he likes just to slowly chip away at minions with his basic attack once it hits, especially speed that up once it hits level perk 3. But James also wants to hit perk 3 to get tanks, to get his turtles to be tanky.
I mean, obviously, James is way more preoccupied with getting perk 3 than Cat is. I mean, sure, Cat would like perk 3, but it's not something that he absolutely needs to win. James, on the other hand, probably does, and I'm sure Cat is keeping the bridges much more
all the tempo
or denying James's third perk rather than getting himself.
All the tempo on this game right now is on Cat's side. James cannot get a hearsay. He's taking a lot of damage just from trying to play his bridge shrines, and he's not even ahead.
No,
in fact, Cat's gonna hit perk 3 first, I think. Oh, they hit it at the same time. At
the same time, yeah, like the same perk 3 timing, which normally would be decent, but as mentioned, the bridge shrine has been played time and time again. He spent so much mana on the bridge shrines, but he's just gotten nothing out of it, really. I mean, he hasn't gone ahead.
He has gotten something
from it, but he hasn't gotten the value he wants from it. He hasn't gotten the XP lead. He hasn't gotten the early perk 3 that he would have liked there.
You gotta remember, James now has to keep something on his face or something on the board this entire game, because if not, that Stormbringer's gonna swing.
Again, I think it's safe to say here that Cat will win this game, just because James doesn't have HP. He doesn't have the Clear Skies in his Milo deck, so he can't HP regen. And Cat is playing Stormbringer, does have perk 3, so those pings will quickly finish.
Never count out double turtle gnome. This game might.
I'm not counting them out, but I'm just saying that I think with Cat's skill level and Cat's small XP advantage, I think Cat will either stay alive long enough to get Frenzy before James, or Cat will just finish off the game with a few pings on face. And the Gorak gate there not doing much to help James.
Yep. James's turtle push was gone with the simple combo of the Bind Warrior Fire, one of the game's most lasting combos.
Harbinger getting decent value as well. Being taken out by Fireball there though, but still gets enough value to justify the mana cost there, if not more.
Here we go.
And another ping, and another ping.
And that's...
Another... almost.
Almost. Dragon got
a tiny bit more.
James, all Cat needs to do is clear the board right now, and Stormbringer will do the rest.
2 pings, right? Because Stormbringer ping was 40 after the buff, then was nerfed back to 35 because it was a bit too strong. So it needs 1 more, 1 HP and dead.
And 1 HP, and Plasma Marine shoots to finish the job.
I almost wanted to just have the 1 HP dream there. I just wanted James to be like, I'm 1 HP, and then he just gets the game, and that would have been great. But
James,
that's
I
a big jump.
believe that game 3.
That must have been game 3, right? I can't imagine that was game 2.
Anyway.
So yeah, I imagine that's the end of that series with.
No. We actually will go the full mile. Apparently, that was game 2.
Was it? Really?
Then it was
really late.
Or at least, we'll let us wait for the staff to figure it out. But that might have actually been game 2, and we might actually get to see two matches for round 5.
That seems insane though. If that was the second game, like how long have they been playing? Well, I guess.
No. That was indeed game 3. It was just a.
Okay. It's like I was gonna say, like holy pog, what are they playing? How long are they playing these things?
They both decided to have a pizza break at the start, so they both were just chowing down.
Right. I think that's the final match of round 5, though. I think everyone else is basically done. Can't technically check here if there's anything else, but I think the next round should be starting quite soon anyway.
We're just gonna wait for confirmation from the staff in the back to tell us that we will be proceeding, or maybe we can figure it out or no. No, refresh the site. Tell us.
I'm trying to spectate, for example, Mephisto here. Don't see reported score on that game, but he's not in game. I think every single match has been reported in round 5, so it seems that round 5, does indeed seem to be over.
All right, now we will just be waiting. Let's give our staff some time to set up round 6, and we will be back then.
Or we will just be jumping in right away because no breaks for us forecasters.
Casters don't even get a drink break. All right, let's talk about Maddie and Mephisto. This is going to be the match.
Quick score update for the 5th round, I suppose. First. So
give us a quick score update, then we'll get on the spiel of the participant.
Right. As we saw, Darien 2-0's Croaker, Zenu 2-0's Video Gamer, RIP Gamer, Rizzy 2-0's Hazard Bomber, Cat 2-1's James, as we also saw, Westland 2-1's Aser, Tomato Mado 2-0's Aser, Mephisto 2-1's Grey Wolf, Maddie 2-1's Paco, Sold Spirit 2-0's Dova, Honey Badger 2-0's Fanti K, Kishan 2-0's Ligamore, something, Unseen Savage 2-0's Repost, Florian 2-0's Pennyman, Archie 2-0's on Slacken, Lukinos 2-0's Highlander, Ransacked Adrian, something both says they forfeited or something like that. Never mind. Tanner gets a bye. And that is round 5, score-wise.
And all right, let's get on the spiel for round 6. So we'll be watching Maddie versus Mephisto. Now, I actually want to ask you, because I've been away for a while, and I actually don't know Maddie. He looks relatively new to me.
I would say that Maddie is not brand new. I mean, definitely in this tournament specifically, there's a lot of brand new faces that I've never seen before. I have seen Maddie on ladder some, and I have seen Maddie in at least 1 or 2 tournaments before, I'm pretty sure. So he's not a brand new tournament player or a brand new player for that matter either, but he's not one of the titans on the other side of the scale either. He seems
What do you think he favors here? When we see their decks, what do you think is his favorite deck at the very least?
I really don't. I mean, I don't know a player to know what he really prefers playing. I've seen him very little on ladder, and I haven't seen him in tournaments enough to actually judge what he will be playing or not. But he is going to be playing against Mephisto, which is also one of the top players of this game. Alongside
I cannot sing enough praises about Mephisto. Mephisto, for a while, was known as the Stormbringer in real life. He was perfect on Stormbringer. He doesn't actually bring it to this tournament because he's opted to bring newer masters he's practiced, such as the Setsu. He is our current champion, Gnome, and he's been the champion for 2 seasons, I believe, two internationals now.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very interesting invitational versus like Cat and Mephisto, that sort of matchup.
Yeah, especially now
at some point.
Especially now that we are guaranteed a non-rush second Mephisto finals.
Indeed,
so
indeed.
It is going to be very interesting to see the future for Mephisto. But let's talk now. Let's see if their bans are in.
All of the bans are in, indeed. So Maddie starts by banning Mordar.
Actually, Maddie has, seeing the stats for Maddie, he has a positive win rate, 16 to 13 in a
he
overall.
Has just over 50%, which is in the tournament circuit still respectable.
Very respectable. Very respectable.
I mean, Mephisto with a 60, basically 65%
but Mephisto's
win rate.
Mephisto, so that's saying something.
Yeah. I mean, I feel Mephisto hasn't been doing his A game deck, so like his sort of like standard things. I feel like he's playing a bit more different decks, unique decks, maybe testing a few things.
That's also up to discussion, because Mephisto talks a lot with his with the known coach, Coach Neo, and they discuss a lot of their decks. I think just the day before to figure out what would work and what Mephisto would be comfortable with taking in. I wonder if that might actually been a call by Coach Neo.
Right, maybe. Anyways, Maddie bans the Mordar and the Setsu of Mephisto, and Mephisto bans Mordar and Ravager on Maddie's side.
Safe
Again,
bans.
They're just banning the aggro Ravager with the Shield Guard, the Dragon Ball, Wolf Among Sheep, etc.
Maybe Maddie might have actually did a little research, and Mephisto really likes that Setsu. That Setsu is one of his favorite decks. So,
I mean, banning Setsu in general, not a bad idea against any sort of experienced player. I would ban Setsu against Mephisto as well. But yeah, he probably has done some research, or just knows that Mephisto does play that master quite well, and maybe that deck specifically quite well, potentially. So yeah, he does ban that in addition to the...
I do like the note though, future present APEP left open for Mephisto.
That is true, but I mean, APEP is an RNG shit show though, potentially. He can get cucked by his own RNG cards, so he can just easily lose as win.
And KP Horde also left up on Maddie's side, so there's two dangerous decks let through.
That is true. I mean, I'm not necessarily completely in like accordance. Don't necessarily agree with Maddie banning the there. I mean, yeah, it's like a blue golem, succubus, Mordar, but nothing too special that I feel needs banning. But I guess maybe just not comfortable facing Mordar. But yeah, we'll be getting into the first game here quite soon. Yeah, loading in right now. KP versus Ravager will be the first matchup. Mephisto on Ravager, Maddie on KP.
Mephisto's Ravager, very quite standard Ravager. He's got the rammer, he's got the reboomer. It's very old school, actually, kind of.
It's not current meta Ravager. There's no Dragon Ball. He's also playing Boomer, which is not really in current meta. He's playing Stun Blast, which is
that's almost, and as I was saying, no, it was a very old school deck. That used to be kind of how we used to play Ravager back.
Yeah, you also have Drone Walker and Musketeer. Like, definitely not a standard Ravager nowadays.
Here's why we do it. Rammer's probably going by. Oh, Drone Buzzer stops the reboomer. Rammer.
I'm also wondering if Mephisto picked the Ravager deck literally to counter the KP of Maddie, because it does have the Defenso. It's only deck with a Defenso.
He might have actually just. He may have gotten with it first because he might have felt it was his weaker deck of the two. That's also another possibility.
It is possible. But yeah, definitely, I probably would have thought in the lines of I think Game is going to play the Horde KP first.
Here we go. This is going to be a big push. Rammer's probably coming top lane. Or coming bot lane.
Brutus does have support there. Divine being placed to take care of the Drone Walker and kill off both the Marines. And Stun Lancers just gonna mobilize that Brutus and the push. And then Rammer as well.
we just saw a big reason why a lot of people have moved away from the rammer. The screaming scratch just really hurts rammer, and it's pretty unfortunate for rammer. And as you see there, it just stops it in its place for one hit, and that's usually enough for a good player to take advantage of. And Maddie, taking
that
advantage
as well.
Very well
but
right
also,
there.
The prevalence of stun lancers coming into the meta after the buff has definitely hurt the rammer as well.
For rammer, a lot of things hurting it. But Mephisto is not actually looking for a massive push. Mephisto, when he plays Ravager, I believe he just likes just to get the perk 2. Like the big push, if he could do it, he'll do it. But he just likes to get the perk 2 and play the frenzy game, which is a lot of people have forgotten that. Tend to forget that's a pretty good perk.
Yeah, this isn't a standard new meta Ravager as mentioned, where you gotta win on the first push or die. This has potential to go past the first perk or third perk and have sustainability and decent win percentage outside of the big pushes.
Frenzy,
KP second perk though.
Dead. He's gonna wait for. As he said, Mephisto was just waiting there to play for the drum buzzer to get to face so he could play the Dragon Mob to clear both. So again, trying to slow down this game, trying to play patiently.
This will be very dangerous though. If Maddie rolls shield on his horde, then Mephisto will have to have his defense already basically, or do a combo of Marine Stun Blast, something like that, or just simply...
Ooh, here's the Fire Imp. Ooh, it's on shield again!
Shielded.
Here's the Stun Blast!
The stun is decent there, but
oh no!
I probably would have preferred the defense.
The other Marine wasn't in range. He needed other Marine to insta kill the insta strats, but he didn't get it. So
yeah, and feels forced to play the defensive as well, which means it's not for top to deal with the whelps. He does have Reboomer though, which will deal with them fairly effectively, but the shield's keeping one of them alive for another 3 hits or so.
Here comes the Dragon Whelp top to try to take care of this.
Reboomer though,
doesn't matter.
So good versus Lancer Slayer, just blasts him away and gets back up again.
There's a fake.
I don't necessarily agree with the Illo Cleaver there. Like it doesn't do too much.
Reboomer now has frenzy, so it's gonna move really fast. Oh, Divine Warrior does not change target. That's gonna hurt a little.
And Divine Warrior with the shield, meaning that even with the Divine Warrior quote-unquote nerf, quote-unquote change, does actually tank 2 cleaver hits with extra shield.
Plasma Marines dealing with the non-rampage and non-shielded scrap or really well there.
I'm not liking Mephisto's position right now. He's a little bit below in HP. Oh, that Fire Imp hit's gonna cost a lot of HP, but he's behind in XP by a decent margin. Like third perk of KP has been in effect for a little bit now, and even if Mephisto gets the face, KP does have vulnerability, which is going to be hard enough to deal with.
Again, but games can change with perk 3. And
they
perk
can,
3
but KP has the constant benefit of perk 3, perk 2,
not shields again,
etc.
That could be big.
And perk 1.
Shields again.
But Mephisto, being Ravager, only has the one use of his perk 1 and perk 3. And if he doesn't get a lot done with his perk 3, he's not looking good at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, the game is going to basically be decided now. Is this perk 3 going to be the game? Mephisto needs to also grab top bridge while he's at it.
Yeah, he needs to grab top bridge, keep it.
Look at this. Divine Warrior, Stun Lancers, Fire Imp. It says no.
Stun Lancers basically win the game, I think, for Maddie here. Stun Lancers just so good against the Ravager as well, just being able to immobilize 2 whole perks. So they do basically nothing. Yeah, the defensor here will deal with most of the incoming push from Maddie's side, but the damage already been done. I don't see how Mephisto's supposed to win this. He has half the health that Maddie does. He's way behind in XP as well. Maddie getting closer and closer to Frenzy. He has both bridges. I don't see how Mephisto's supposed to win this.
Yep, as the Scrat Horde comes down, the Warrior comes down. Ravager, while he clears this fast enough, Mephisto does play good defense though. He only takes about 50 damage from that. Here comes the defense.
But it doesn't really matter if he takes 100 damage here, 100 damage there, because it's not keeping the bridges, and he's not countering or doing damage to the enemy. And yeah, I think he just gives up a bit there and just says, yeah, I know I'm going to lose. There's nothing I can do here. No reason to try to defend and make a last-ditch effort. Might as well focus on the next game instead.
What Mephisto really wanted there was to change interactions towards his favor with Frenzy. But however, it's just his units in general were having a hard time dealing with Maddie's units. Like the Stun Lancers counters the Brutus, it counters the Rammer. The Screaming Scrat counters the Rammer. The Propeller's Horde counters the Reboomer. There's a lot of things Mephisto... Basically, there's a lot of holes that Mephisto... Even if Mephisto gets Frenzy, it just doesn't change how that interaction works.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just like he did not have the best matchup there. The Stun Lancers did a lot. The Horde, obviously, is very, very dangerous. Needed to always be careful of that.
I like this note. I like the note, though, that Maddie is using Mephisto's skin.
I mean, sure, yeah, that's a nice little touch.
Is that a show of respect, or
maybe it's some sort of some
giant,
some quiet BM? It's like, I'm wearing the champion skin now.
Oh boy, that's not what Mephisto kind of wants here. That's Bolt.
He thumbs up the 2-mana lightning bolt which he got from the present there. That's
I'm pretty sure a certain player from France is crying right now.
And so is the gnome, because goddamn, I hate that card with the fiery passion.
I'm pretty sure there's a bunny somewhere that's really happy though.
Oh yeah, but that bunny should be banned for such a stance. Kappa. But yeah, so
But that's all. But that's what I was about to say. That lightning bolt actually might not be the card he wants.
I mean,
it's quite a swarm-based deck, so it's really hard to justify a lightning bolt. Here, lightning bolt on fire. No, I'll take that.
Yeah, Maddie probably did not expect that. It's like, what? You have a lightning bolt? Or are you? So now he knows.
Free grasping thorns. This is big.
Quite good.
Oh, the switch though. Good switch.
Good swap. Mephisto should have waited there in case. I mean, he knew that KP had perk 1, but that is still like fair enough. Not too much of a big deal. Statue tanks.
You know what?
It doesn't need to. Yeah.
I may take back what I said about this lightning bolt. It's coming up huge for Mephisto right now.
Well, it depends. Like, I feel like Maddie is not doing enough to counter it after he saw it the first time. He needs to think, okay, I cannot play a single unit that's worth more than 2 mana, because he knows that Lightning Bolt is only costing 2, because he knows that it's not on Mephisto's deck list and that he had forgotten from the present. So he needs to be more careful with that. He needs to play that better.
Yep.
Good
he needs to
swap,
play it like
though.
this. He needs to play it like this. Look, having swarms up like this and keeping the game, keeping that lightning bolt a very bad, risk, basically.
Yeah, and this is a good amount of damage there, and more damage. Not able to take out the minions of Maddie that easily there. The lightning bolt doing nothing. Well, there though, again,
Maddie is yet to adjust to it. He's not. I guess he's not used to it.
Yeah, he's not. He knows it's in hand, and he should adjust more towards.
Yeah, but it's not a card you see often enough, so he might not. He just might not know like how to play around it.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, he should definitely adapt more. But even if he's not adapting optimally to the lightning bolt right now, he is still winning on HP with 1,000, and he is also winning on XP by 25, or yeah, about 25. I mean, Apep does have the shield now though, so that will help a lot towards negating future pushes and damage, but still, this feels like the last game where the KP has the XP advantage, Mephisto not being able to get a lot of pushes in, and he doesn't have the best counter to Horde this time, like he did last time. He doesn't have a defense though.
He does have the totem, and that could totem and the unit could potentially counter the Horde. Yeah. Well enough.
Totem will just save his life for the time being, at least. We'll have to see how it turns out. But this XP disparity is just not great at all. And this is not.
There we go. Maddie finally got it. Maddie got a lightning bolt to go his way. rather than Mephisto's way. And now this defense is going to be a start of a push. And Mephisto doesn't want to use this totem because, well, now he wants to use it because I was going to say he wants to save it for Scryhorde. Oh, Scryhorde separates. That's not good for Mephisto.
That is, yeah, this is looking very dicey here. I mean, yeah, Mephisto holding on for now. He's not too much HP due to having the shield, but he has no real way to counter push, I feel. He hits one of the, I mean, both targets were good.
Mephisto's probably happy with that fire lightning bolt.
Sure. I mean, either target is good, really, but... I mean, even if Mephisto counters the pushes for now, he's still losing heavily on XP. He can't deal effectively with the Horde, I feel, and especially with shielded Horde. Like, you can't deal with that with a single Shock Rock. And yeah, he can deal with it for now with the shield and etc. with the combos, with the Shock Rock, whatever. But Maddie's only 50 away from Frenzy, and Mephisto doing no face damage at all.
Yes, and now we see push coming at bot lane. Mephisto chooses to beam. Comes the Fire Imp to clear the top horde from Mephisto, top swarm cycle from Mephisto. Here comes Drone Busters, here comes the Thorns.
Gasping Thorns, good value.
I don't think I like that Shock Rock. That Shock Rock should have been saved for the Horde.
Yeah, I'm not loving that. He needs to counter the Horde.
He might have to beam it.
I think he's just dead soon. He does have beam in hand, never mind. But yeah, he's forced to use his beam defensively over and over again.
He got another lightning bolt!
Well, I mean, it doesn't help though, does it? I mean, it doesn't win him the game.
I mean, it's a 0 mana remove something from the field. We'll see. Well, it doesn't help him, but
I mean, it does. I mean, he's insanely far behind on XP. I feel at this point, he's still decently behind. Lightning coming from the heavens.
You don't need to think about it. Just play it.
Mephisto rolling the hacks and getting wild cards in KPC.
It's not really random. I've asked FDM. He confirmed it.
Ah, yes.
So anyway, we have. Ooh, it's not shield. This is big. That's big. This is big. This is a push. He gets through.
It's not. It's a push, but Maddie's 9 XP away from Frenzy. What happens when he gets Frenzy? Bad things. Very bad things.
Very bad
and
things happen while he's in Frenzy.
It does 80 damage or something to face. Like, base, not even 100 almost, or, yeah.
It's
even...
looking good. It is very dicey right now.
I don't think Mephisto has any way of winning this. Still. Like, even with the third perk, did not improve his chances much. I just don't feel he has to.
As entertaining it is getting another lightning bolt and a free one at that. It's just not what he needed. He needed something like to deal with the Horde or something to help him push through.
He did not get what he wanted there. I mean, he was happy enough with the first lightning bolt. It was like, yeah, one. I don't think he liked.
He didn't get the free bridge shrine. That's what you're saying. That's what we're trying to get at. Anyway, this push is coming in.
He's also been.
Living Statue is gonna block it as long as it can, and just throws the Shock Rock.
But the shields are kind of overpowered.
Just chaos right now. Mephisto's lightning bolting, but there's just too much things. Mana Frenzy is already kicked in. This is game.
Yeah, it's just game completely there.
Maddie, much respect for Maddie. He took down the champ, and now he's probably Maddie's looking solid on his way to top. He might be on his way to top 8.
I mean, definitely good performances in both those games. Also, yeah, it's just I don't feel Mephisto had the best decks to counter what Maddie was playing, and he just didn't have the best opportunities, I feel, to really get any pushes in, and he fell behind in both games and just didn't manage to pull pull it back.
Yep, and it just really came in. It really came down to Mephisto really had no real answers for the Horde, for the in general, just for the KP makeup.
Yeah, I mean,
his Ravager deck is pretty old school. So, and
I don't agree with the Stun Blast and Ravager deck in the current meta, but I guess he want. I mean, Mephisto brought old school decks, right? That's part of the meme of this tournament, that Mephisto agreed with Paco or a few other people to just bring like really old school KPC decks, or whatever it was that I heard earlier today. But
bring the old deck. Come on, bring back the classics is what we need. But yeah, let's not take it away from Maddie. Maddie performed really well.
Maddie played well, and he also had good deck match games though. Defensive versus Ravager, Stunless versus the Ravager there.
He also played the pick and ban really well. So Maddie also taking that to account when he prepared the strategy for this.
Yeah, no matter the benefits or not, he still played well. He played fairly solid games there, and just a good performance. So good on him for showing that he does have some skill. Hopefully we'll be jumping into another game here soon. So we'll be back if we find one, I guess.
I guess we're gonna be looking through the rounds. And we will see you then.
So we might be jumping into Grey Wolf versus Paco.
Paco. Let's while we load in. Oh, no time for a spiel. Let's just get straight to it. Paco is there's the double Setsu right now. Setsu on podium and on field.
That's some that seems like some hacks to me.
It seems like to me, at least because I'm spectating Grey Wolf. It looks like to me Paco brought a old school Setsu push deck where you play the trick would be to play the golem at the back, and then you would be able to support the golem with the Setsu and everything once it reached the middle, the bridges.
Yeah. Again, I think that I don't know if Paco instigated it or not, but I mean Paco even contacted me and it's like, are you playing in the KPC? If you are, just bring like the decks or like copy the same decks that I have, whatever. Like use old decks, whatever he said. So I feel like there is this. I mean, there's definitely this conspiracy. I feel that X amount of players brought old decks.
I think it's just throwback. They're just trying to make it throwback Saturday, or Friday.
Fair enough.
We gotta run it back, right? We gotta run it back. Bring back the classics.
Grey Wolf was playing the sexy pink King Puff though. Don't see that skin often.
I believe there was a little fun fact about Grey Wolf's decks coming into this tournament. If you want to look at it as a fun fact, Grey Wolf actually copied Cat's decks 1-for-1.
Yeah, which is, I mean, fair enough. I mean, Cat plays a lot of the same decks in tournament play. I guess Grey Wolf might have thought, well, I guess I'll just show that. I mean, if Cat can play the deck, so can I, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm a big fan of the if it works, don't change it mentality. So,
yeah,
I approve of Grey Wolf's tactic here. He's seen what works and he's willing to put what works to the action.
And also, I feel like Grey Wolf here, another pretty decent swap. He has been getting some good swaps in so far this game. He does have perk 3, so does Setsu right now though, but Grey Wolf has a very convincing health lead of about 1200. And I think this is gonna go Grey Wolf's way, KP's way, if he keeps the advantage.
Grey Wolf is getting a push here. Paco forced to play the golem just to clear the Scrat Horde. I mean, not the Scrat Horde, the Scrat Tank. Getting confused. But Paco is perk 3, so if Paco could take control of both the bridges, he could. Oh no, Paco just threw Stun Blast in face. I think Paco is that a form of surrender?
I mean, I'm sure he wanted the Setsu reload there, but the bridge swap stunned Setsu, so it did nothing. I imagine that's what Paco was doing.
You'd imagine he would throw it somewhere where it would be effective, or even just
maybe. I'm sure it's a mixed bag of intention, but yeah, I feel like all these old school decks, they're just not working. I mean, yeah, the idea, the intention of let's bring back things, let's try out the old decks, let's see how they work. Well, sir, sorry to say, but they don't work that great in the current meta, unfortunately.
But here we go. As we settle in. Grey Wolf has another push top lane, and the Whirly Scrap being dealt by Grey Wolf at the bottom lane. But here comes Blue Golem again. This is what the deck kind of wants. It wants this Blue Golem to have time, so the player could have mana to support it. But here comes Fire Imp. Here comes Dragon
Paco, 200 HP, basically gonna be dead. I mean, they're gonna get continual blasts from Blastmancer moving forward, and Grey Wolf 90 feet away from Frenzy.
Yeah, we might be looking at a Blastmancer finish here.
I mean, I'm sure Grey Wolf would like a Blastmancer finish.
There it is. There it is. Come on!
I need like
Grey Wolf over aggressively.
Come on, Grey Wolf. Get your style on. Get that Blastmancer finish.
As Paco's actually got a pretty decent push coming up. Warrior, Stint, Marine.
He can't really do anything though. Even if he does a push, Grey Wolf just grabs the bridge and I'm invulnerable now, and he does have Frenzy. He's not really capitalizing on it, but he does have Frenzy. And that's going to become more and more prevalent.
Paco's throwing it. He's just trying to get some damage, but he's that might as well been the surrender right there. As Paco is, it's just a matter of time for the mana to stack up in Grey Wolf's favor.
I definitely feel like Grey Wolf is just like playing it cool right now, casual. He's not really playing that aggressively. He's he's letting his mana just waste away, like 2-3 here, 2-3 there, even with the Frenzy there. So he's just kind of taking it easy. He knows he has the game in the bag. He doesn't feel threatened at all, and just takes it.
And we have to ask our backstage staff to help us out here. What game was that? Is that game 2? We'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I doubt anyone really knows unless they ask the players.
Yep, we're gonna. I guess as I said, we'll figure it out as we ask some of these players or wait for a confirmation on what game that was.
Indeed.
And so, what do you think of that game? It just seemed like Grey Wolf just the old school push deck. Did not have the power to push through.
Well, it just feels like, I mean, same with Mephisto playing old school, Paco playing old school decks, both losing. So, obviously both players are skilled, and they did their best they could to use their skill to overcome their disadvantage deck-wise, but it was not enough, which I think shows that old school meta, old school nostalgia and decks don't work well enough.
I like it. They're bringing it back. As I said, it's fun.
It's
Paco
fun, but it doesn't win
Paco
games.
does tend to take these tournaments a little more fun, on the fun side. He likes bringing out the fun decks. He likes bringing out the Prowler whenever he can.
Yeah, Paco's definitely more memey than other tournament players.
But let's, as I was about to say, I think while we wait, we might as well let's talk about who Paco and Grey Wolf are. Grey Wolf, one of the big contenders, actually. I feel probably one of the top 5 current participants.
Yeah, I mean, Grey Wolf has improved a lot lately, as Sprite mentioned earlier this tournament. He's definitely gone up a lot of tiers skill wise and like ranking wise the last.
I mean, he's been consistent
just in this year.
He's been consistent a lot. He's shown a lot of consistency in the last circuit, and it was starting to pay off at the end for him.
And definitely, this circuit he's been pretty solid. He's been placing well in tournaments overall. I think in the overall KPC point pool, he's what, top 4 in points or top 5, 6, something like that. At least he's top 8 point wise. I'm very sure.
Well, like that didn't work. But yeah, he's definitely one of our top point.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. You need to type it properly, Sasha. You can't misspell, okay?
Okay, I know. I misspelled, alright? You didn't need to tell everyone.
Well, chat needs to know, okay? It's important that they know that one of the casters don't know how to type.
Feels bad, man. But yeah, so yeah, he's consistent. He's extremely creative as well. He's made some decks that have inspired some other KPC players to bring them into tournaments. I remember the triple Zeppelin deck was when that was a thing in KPC, that was inspired by him.
Yeah. Also, I mean, one of the decks that I definitely remember, sort of Grable bringing in, that was kind of like spiced over or like
the Horde KP. The Horde KP.
That was also like the one deck I remember like clearly when it comes to like KPC is like when I saw him bringing a Volko Magma turret whatever deck, and I'm like, oh, you took that card in there and doing some changes and using cards that aren't necessarily meta and like really popular and doing really well with them.
Yep, but and the KP Nether Step Combustion Scrat or deck is also something that we have thanked Greywolf for. Some of the most nail biting and exciting ticking time bomb decks there is in the game. Actually, legitimately a ticking time bomb because they blow up.
Right, right.
Let's talk
Good
about
pun,
Paco.
sir. Good pun.
Let's talk about Paco a bit as well. Paco actually used to be part of our staff for quite a bit on the KPC, but he's decided to take a break, and now he's coming back as a competitor, and he's enjoying. He's been a joy. He's always been a joy to watch when he plays. He's always brings the more fun aspects of the game out. He doesn't. Yeah. He tends to be more memey on the end, but yeah, you shouldn't underestimate him. I think that may have been the ending game.
That because, that would have been. If not, they would have been jumped into another match by now.
Yeah, they would have jumped into.
So that is probably the end of that. I can just bring a quick update with points, ranking wise, for the Swiss stage while we're waiting for the next round.
Are we done with round 6? I guess.
I think I'll confirm, but I'm pretty sure I saw all the points being already input, but I might be dumb. No, every single. Wait, yes, round 6. Yeah, every single match seems to have been reported. Oh no, Cat Rizzy not reported, but everything else has been reported.
You want to try to look at Cat then? Let's see.
I will.
We watched a lot of Cat today, but I guess it's probably for the best.
You can never watch too much Cat. Come on now. There's no such thing, sir. I don't know. Cat is showing us offline for me. Maybe it's just like a Steam thing.
Maybe it's just so yeah. I guess we will take an intermission. I think that's the best play now.
I suppose we will, yeah, we can wait for the next round to start.
Yep, we'll take an intermission while we wait for round 7 and the final round of the group stage to begin. And until then, we will see you very soon. Oh, never mind.
Never mind. Again. Debated by the admins and the staff. It's like, oh, let's take a break finally.
Okay, I just saw.
Come on, casters.
I just saw who we're watching, and I'm not ready to do the spiel on it.
Yeah, I saw it too, sir. I saw it too. I'm scared. Okay. Hold me, please.
Okay, now let's get a recap. Tell us the scores from round 6.
All right, let's just refresh here. Hopefully, Cat and Rizzy, as they did report the scores. There we go. Round 6. So Zenu 2-0's Darien. Croaker 2-1's Westland, Cat 1's Rizzy, Tomato 2-1's Aser, Video Gamer 2-1's James, Maddie 2-0's Mephisto as we saw, Hazard Bomber 2-1's Soul Spirit, Kishin 2-1's Honey Badger, Grey Wolf 2-0's Paco Maniac as we partially saw, Acer 2-0's Unseen Savage, Florian 2-0's Archie, Fan TK wins over Dova, Bligamer 2-0's Lucinos, Brepost wins over Pennyman. Something Tanner Ransack unclear. One Slacking gets a bye, and Highlander wins over Adrian.
All right. So we will be for our final round. We will be specting the Dova Nation versus Archie. If that's
one and only full-on BDSM Minion Master player.
Are you sure this is not Devo? This might be Devo.
I mean,
he didn't bring the dreaded torture deck. So I guess we need to explain who Dova is. Dova is one of our oldest players, and you can't fault him for trying every single tournament because he gives it the old scouts try.
It's it's like saying when you say he's one of the oldest players, he's a really old player, you would probably think, oh, he must be really good. Well, it's not like he plays the most competitive decks. If anything, he plays nothing that's really competitive. He plays he just likes hurting himself, hitting himself in the face really hard, and in the nuts just really hurting himself in any sort of way.
But there's one thing we know about Dova. He will keep trying. He will try. Persevere. He's been playing this game for 2 years now. He will get in the top 8 one time, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Dova has more skill than he showcases, because he doesn't necessarily play decks that are optimized.
He did bring a couple optimized decks, actually, this time around. He brought the present. Then again, that might just be part of that conspiracy theory you told me about.
These decks seem familiar. It feels like I've seen these before. Thinking. Anyways, we're also watching the Archie.
So again, I've been away from the scene for a while, so I don't know all the players.
I also do not know Archie. I believe I don't know if this is his first KPC, but I do not recognize the name either. So it might be his first, second KPC.
Might be his first, well, he's got one here. I believe in Archie. He's gonna beat Dova. I believe.
Who cannot
Anyone
beat Dova,
can beat,
really?
Anyone can beat Dova.
I mean, that is not the highest bar. Anyways.
At least,
is Archie actually Brainless and Courage? If that's the case, then it's not a new tournament player. Then it's a bit more of a known player, if that is correct.
I'm a little unaware of the names since I've been away for a while. Can you give us a feel?
No, I don't have the most information on that either, but Brainless and Courage, person I've seen on ladder a few times at least, and also in a few KPCs. I don't know how many exactly, but he's at least played like 2, 3, 4, something like that maybe more even. I'm just oblivious. But yeah, in that case, he is not a brand new tournament player or new player in general.
So he's been around. He's been not playing. He's been putting in the hours. So let's see
if that's correct. Versus... Hopefully, Joe is correct with that. If that's the name that comes up when he's spectating. If that's just his Discord name or whatever. But,
so let's talk. So now let's break our spiel and let's talk about strategy here. Who do you think they ban? Or their bans done? Bans are done, I think. Yeah, bans are done. So they.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well,
they banned
this list.
Right, Archie bans Dova's Archie bans Dova's Setsu and Ravager, and Dova bans Archie's Milo and Ratbo. So we won't be seeing those in this game.
Right. I mean, Dova bans the Milo and Ratbo. Okay, the Milo is just like it's a Bridge Shrine, Clear Skies Milo. Sure, you ban that.
Very safe ban. It's a very safe.
Just like
one of the best decks
don't play against it. The Ratbo though, what's in this Ratbo? Azali Blood Imp. Oh.
It's actually an interesting combo with the Azali and the Mana Puff Madness. Mana Puff Madness being able to neutralize the bridge, so you can retake it.
This is very this is like a very typical
very
like you see this on ladder often enough, really, and nowadays
I've actually played it on ladder myself. I think the first person to play it on ladder was Isotop, but I may be wrong on that. It is definitely a scary combo. It is a scary combo.
Are we jumping into the game already? I think we are gonna go into spectating here. But yeah, I definitely understand that ban as well. We are jumping into the game. Yes, we are. Just starting now. Right.
King Puff versus Mordar. Mordar, this is just an old Mordar deck. The old classic Undying Skeleton Golem deck.
It almost seems like we've seen this before, chat. You know? Thinking. Alright.
And
Archie on the KP.
Archie on a pretty standard KP list, so it's a little old school versus new school again.
Oh, and here you see in game it is Brainless and Courage, not Archie. So then it is confirmed that he's not a brand new player. He does have some experience. So it's just this Discord name that is different now.
But yeah,
I feel like Brainless and Courage.
Mini push coming in. Here comes the Musketeer to clear up the Blastmancer. Oh, it actually gets the Blastmancer off base, so Dova does prevent some face damage there. Here comes the Flightless Dragon Webs to take care of the Warrior. Then we have some Undying Skeleton. Ooh, actually a really good. I actually like that swap. It separates the Musketeer from the Undying, so
it's not bad there. He does end up taking out the Undying, which is very important there. If he didn't, then I would not have agreed with the play. But since he does have, I'm not a fan
of this Xiaolong play. Dova wants to revive Undying Skeletons. That's what he wants to get.
Or Blue Golems, or like anything really. Healing.
Standardly, the Undying. Ooh.
Oh god.
He's going to, and now he's going to get the Xiaolong because he played it earlier, and I'm not sure if SSIs. I'm just not a fan of.
I feel like Dova playing old school decks that are not optimized at all in the current is not gonna end well for him. I have a feeling.
To be fair, him doing this might have ended well. Might have ended better than what he was normally going to do anyway.
That is a good point. I don't think triple Blood Imp. Well, it can't do triple. This is KPC. Never mind. Like the one Blood Imp, Red Golem, whatever, wouldn't have done better. I think.
He'd find a way. He'd res the Blood Imp. You know it.
Yeah, sure. He just do like Mordar, Blood Imp, and rest two of them. Definitely.
Right. So, anyway, we have here comes the Musketeer bot lane to take care of the Scrat Order to get the bridges back. Dova actually, he's behind in the XP, so this is gonna be high on his
way
list
behind.
Ooh,
Res is a Xiao. Not great for
this. I don't like the Xiaolong res. It's not my favorite. And
no, it's not amazing value. At best, it's mediocre.
Screaming Scrat actually gets the kill on that Musketeer for the Blastmancer, so good Screaming Scrat to change the interaction. And,
Domination, bit ahead in HP. Brainless a bit ahead in HP, and definitely decently ahead in XP. And KP does.
A lot of things you have to remember too is that Mordor has received the back from the time where this deck was being played a lot. Mordor had a significant nerf, where the nerf being before, if you had 2 tombstones up, you could res the same unit. So you could potentially get, for 1 cleaver, you get, let's say 2, or even 3 if you're playing 2v2. But they have changed that about a month or 2 months ago. So now tombstones only res 1 at a time. So
I mean, it's way more than 1 month ago at least. I mean, I don't remember exactly when, but it's definitely been like a little. Yeah, KPS 3rd perk, and Dova is far a bit away from 3rd perk, like 40 or EXP. It did get a Succubus rest earlier, which is better than a Shower rest, at least.
He's getting good reses right now. He's gonna get the
Don't rest the stint! It hurts.
AP was on it, and so that was it almost got the golem. Dova could have actually gotten a lot there. Here he comes on. Here comes a decent push, actually. 2 Succubus.
Still, though, as predicted, Dova is way behind in HP and XP. Not looking great for him so far. If KP just gets some vulnerability, it's gonna be difficult to get much damage on him as well, even if he does get a push going.
No, but he might get a good res here. He's gonna get a warrior. He's probably gonna get this warrior, I believe. Ooh, the Succubus is still alive, Gnome! Okay. Oh, he gets the Succubus!
Yeah, that's a good, that's...
Dova! What are you doing there, Dova? Playing the Undying Skeleton right into the Screaming Scrat.
Well, you know, it gotta hurt himself a bit, right? Just, at least a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, like I mean, Dova is kind of bringing this game back a bit.
He's getting a lot of momentum. He's got good
I don't really understand how Dova is getting this momentum. I don't really see where it's coming from.
It's coming from Mordor Reses. Mordor Reses, one of the best momentum games.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, but I don't understand how he's getting this momentum when...
So all these reses are equaling in Frenzy. Like, you see, that's a Frenzy Undying. And then
I feel like Brainless is kind of letting Dova get reses that he shouldn't let him have. I mean, obviously you can't always control it, but that's a good
way to deal with the Golem. But this is big! This is huge! Dova can rally off this! The question is, can Dova capitalize? And the Fire Imp went away.
I don't necessarily agree with how Brainless is playing it right now. I feel like he's not necessarily but I feel like he's letting Dova have way too many good reses, and it's gonna come back to haunt them.
Yeah, but it's so hard to pick your reses at this point of the game. It's per 3, we're 6 minutes in, and Dova has so much tempo. There's another Undying res. He's got so many Undyings on the field.
Yeah, like the old school deck right now is actually gonna just win Dova the game.
This could be game. Golem find base, Golem found base. Let's go. Dova gets a win.
Dova winning feels very wrong in very many ways. I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest. But yeah, I would still say that I favored Brainless there throughout until Dova got the reses he really needed, like the high value reses, and then hitting perk 3, letting it run away.
Not only did Archie play the game a little too slowly, he then started making mistakes when on what to res. He kept resing Undyings, which lets Dova swarm. He kept resing Golems, which lets Dova push. And we're getting straight into game 2. Do you think an adjustment will be made? Do you think he's gonna? What do you think he'll do? Scale the tempo or play more safely?
I mean, I would just go face, right? Smork. But I mean, also, as the KP there last game, he did not keep the invulnerability. He did not keep the bridge. I don't feel like he really tried keeping the invulnerability much.
Bridge, but you have a bunch of golems so getting res or Undyings on the bridge at times.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously it wasn't the easiest to do, but I felt like he didn't do the best job of keeping the invulnerability either when he could have, potentially. But yeah, so Brainless or Archie, etc. is playing a Ravager, and this I'm pretty sure is a fairly meta Ravager, is it not? It's not the completely standard Ravager. Empowered.
It is an empowered Soul Stealer Ravager. That's
with Raging Reinforcements as well for the activator.
It's actually pretty tanky. It's also pretty tanky with the Shield Guard and the Divine. He might want to just. Yeah, I can see where he's going. Slow down the game, get the perk too.
But it's not a Dragon Ball Ravager. I feel like a lot of the Ravager decks that have been brought today have just not had Dragon Balls in them. A lot of people instead favoring to go with a normal Fireball. Perhaps with a curve or other reason. This Brutus though...
Well, it's also... It also has to do with, it's not all, again, a lot of people think the build the Ravagers, the end-all be-all has to be the Savage, I gotta win first push build.
That's not the only way to win, obviously, but it's like the normal kind of, it's definitely the meta, and has been for a while.
This Black Hole is interesting, actually.
Yeah, also though, Dova earlier, I got a comment that he missed the healing Fireball. He shouldn't have done it there.
He's gonna get some damage off this Brutus push.
This Brutus is surviving way longer than it should. Dova, kill it with fire.
Yeah, I mean, doing decent damage. Dova getting a res, not what
he got. I mean, Archie, Brainless, he got way more damage with the Brutus there than I feel he should have.
Actually, Dova has a good opportunity here. Oh no! Brainless, I don't think that might have been the right play. That may have been wrong.
Okay, there we go. Get the tank up in front. Healing is going to keep it alive for a bit, but Fire Rip is going to DPS it down fairly quickly. And also, yeah, do a good amount of damage on the warrior there.
If Ravager actually killing the warrior fast enough, so and Fire Rip not actually killing the golem as quickly as I thought. So he did end up getting the warrior over the golem. So Dova, again, we have a little neutral here. We're in the neutral right now. Both players.
Dova, he has an XP advantage of like 20, which is surprising.
Yep, but it's also good to note that Archie does, or Brainless and Courage does have Frenzy now. So meaning bringing things to Half-Life will buff his units like this. Yes, it is. Buff. Yeah. Soul Stealer. Dova has to kill. Can he defend it? Yes, there it is.
This is don't necessarily. I mean, it's okay there.
This is gonna be a big push. This is gonna give me some damage here. It's on face.
He's gonna.
It's on face. It's Frenzy. Here's the Fireball. Ooh, he misses. Good.
That is very
Dagger by Dova.
unfortunate.
With Daggerfall by Dova, it stops the impending danger that was that Soul Stealer.
That was very unfortunate though, timing for Brainless there, as the light armor or armor of light knocks the Musketeer out of the fireball range, so he actually survives. Not that it does too much,
here's the dilemma now for both players. Dova is a perk 3, meaning each res is becoming gets frenzy and it becomes a lot more scary. However, Dova's quite low, and it's only 30 EXP away from Terra Brutus.
And also, an empowered can end your life very quickly, and he also has fireball, so he does have DPS, like slow DPS over time that he can use.
He needs to kill this empowered. He gives it frenzy, Dova. No, that's not what you want to do.
Monka S.
Dova, you need Dova. Dova plates the stint over the Dragon Wolf, but here's a big push on Dova's and it gets cleared by Fireball. Good job. This Undying.
I don't necessarily agree with placing the.
So, there's an Undying on Brainless Encourage's face.
Okay, resting a stint. That's bad, Dova. But another blue golem coming out on top lane. XP heavily in Dova's favor. If he can just survive, keep the British, he'll get the frenzy.
This might be a bit of damage. There's two Undyings on Brainless Encourage's face, so he's gonna take some hits here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he should just go. If Brainless would have gone face earlier, placing.
Fireball comes out, kills the Succubus. Oh no, he's Undying resident time. Dragon Wolf's on face. Golem's about to hit face. He's gonna get some hits.
I'm not agreeing with a lot of these plays. Like, Brainless could have had. I don't agree with how Brainless played this. Though it was fairly low, 2 fireballs would have finished it off, and he plays 2 fireballs on the defense instead of the offense. The first one, yeah, it did clear a lot. Second one did not really clear much at all. We're just gonna face with that one definitely. But the first one as well, he was forced to use because I felt that he didn't play the defense well enough with his other units, so he had to use the fireball defensively. And if he hadn't been forced to do that, he would have won the game, being able to DPS Dova down. I felt that game should have been in Brainless's favor as well.
Letting the unfortunate reses happen and letting the game last a little too long for liking.
Yeah, I just feel like Brainless made multiple unoptimized decisions and
Dova and the power of Dova's Undying, the old school Undying deck lived through.
But apparently Dova is a good player now. Apparently Dova's the best. Like he crushes his opponents, no mercy, right?
Definitely primed to beat Mephisto Cat in a row, easy.
Yeah, like he'll crush him, no problem, right? He's just gonna get his blue golems.
We get confirmation. Let's review. Let's do a small review. See how many games are still up left.
All right.
Never mind. So we're trying as games are finishing up. No, I think it's best we refresh the tournament page and see what games are left.
Yes, I am. I'm looking right now, sir. I'm looking.
Look through. Peeking.
I'm peeking through the door. Darien Cat might still be going. I'll see if they're actually in game or not.
Well,
I think they are. If
I guess we can let's go watch Darien Cat. I like
Darien Cat still
there's
going
a lot of history. There's a lot of history between Darien and Cat, so this is going to be a good match, a good fashion rivalry.
But Darien is not looking good here, to say the least. Down, and I have a bug, so I can't see the XP of Cat. So I don't know. I mean, he has perk 3, I guess, but I don't know how much XP he actually has. But yeah, Darien is looking to be on the ropes here, and gonna be dead quite soon. Cause Cat is frenzy. Never mind. So yeah, Cat's gonna win this one fairly convincingly, apparently. 8 minutes into this game, and
I have to wonder if that's game 2.
Since it's 8 minutes long, it probably is game 2. I would imagine.
It's actually just
I don't know the score though.
It's game 1, and they actually took a little time banning, so this next game is game 2.
Are you sure though?
No, I mean,
Maybe?
let's get confirmation. Let's ask Darien and let's get the staff on it and figure out if this is actually game 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing. I mean, hopefully there's at least one game left there, because that would be fun to watch. Both old school players, I would say, veteran players, good players.
Very they know each other very well. They actually, back in the day, back in the early KPCs, Darien and Cat would always run into each other as much as they would always run into each other, whether it be group, whether it be top 8. They would always somehow find the way to play each other, and I think it would, every tournament it would either be Darien knocking out Cat or Cat knocking out Darien. As of recently, Cat has developed into an even better player. Darien,
a monster, basically.
Cat's developed into a monster. Darien also, well, Darien is still one of the best players right now. Cat has kind of outshone him a little, but we are going indeed to see another game.
I mean, from personal experience, I mean, Darien beat me to get into top 4 of the Discord tournament that was last year. Yeah. So I mean, Darien obviously a good player, but yeah, this next game between Cat and Darien is just coming underway. Cat on his KP and Darien on his Setsu.
Actually a little different here. You would kind of expect, like, from knowing these players for so long, you kind of expect Darien to be on the Setsu and Cat to be on the King Puff. So a little reverse here. We're gonna see a little, like, if I see what you can do and I can do it better right now, to say the least. So we have a Lone Wolf coming out, and there's the Werewolf. It's going to take care of the Scrat Tank. Yes, it kills the Scrat Tank before.
I feel like Cat's KP is really scary though.
The Cat's
even more than usual.
I'm bad. Wait. I'm bad. I thought Cat was I'm a bad play-by-play.
Look at the names, Caster.
It's hard. We're jumping into games left and right. But okay. But so yeah. So we have them on their comfort, on picks they know and they very much prefer. While it's not Darien's Balco and it's not Cat Stormbringer, they are very comfortable on these two characters.
Yeah, I mean, they're both probably very comfortable with the decks they're running, and they're comfortable facing decks like the Masters they're facing, and probably the decks they're facing. So I'm guessing it's going to be. I did see
Daggerfall doing lots of damage to the
combo,
the warrior, and killing the flightless dragons. So I'm pretty sure.
Instead of just getting some face damage, it seems like Darien really prefers that really aggro Setsu jumps. Not really. You're just playing Setsu jump whenever he has the opportunity to, when he's doing like a push or just getting an extra damage there, which is always quite good, just putting pressure on.
This might be a prop horde. Darien might choose to play prop horde here. Oh, he chooses not to. He's saving it. Interesting.
XP very even. HP fairly even as well.
There it is. Now he plays it now. He gets it in time, so the Tantrum Thrower still procced it off.
Yeah.
And Illusionary, I believe, coming down lane.
Cat does have a Blastmancer, so not gonna do much.
Oh, it's on the Cleaver!
It's on the wrong target. How?
Oh, but Divine Warrior.
Okay, we're good.
Divine Warrior saved it.
That could have been catastrophic.
So the reason it targeted the Cleaver was because it was actually already targeting it, and because it attacks so fast, it was already considered to be attacking the Cleaver and wasn't going to retarget.
Yeah, I mean that was like a very small difference in like target length.
Yeah,
that was
that forced the Divine Warrior out of Cat. So Cat doesn't have Divine Warrior for a while. This could be a push from the air. Ooh, I don't know if I like the swap. This might be a mistake.
He wants to just keep the Imp alive. I'm imagining it didn't be too long. And Cat,
low anyway.
He does try to take the bridges back there, but there's a continual horde side
Here's
of Darien.
the aggressive set to jump. Here comes the Blastmancer. It's gonna clear. The Divine Warrior is back in hand, but Cat's gonna take some. Cat's gonna take some body blows here. He lost to about 300 HP, at 200 or 300 HP. Again,
basically the same HP right now.
Yep, they're the same HP,
same
but
XP.
Remember, the lower HP favors Darien, so this is
definitely.
So Darien's technically happy with that. and we're not close to Mana Frenzy yet. So Darien is kind of actually in the driver's seat a little.
Yeah, a little. Still though, I mean, he's still like a decent bit off of Setsu lethal range. But now that third perk will be coming in for both players soon.
Oh no, Lone Wolf actually getting destroyed by a Flightless Dragon. So Rampage Flightless Dragon. So that's a lot of tempo loss. So Cat reclaiming he's reclaimed priority on the board. And now
yeah, I mean, XP swapping both ways. But still both players keeping fairly even overall. Playing the Blastmaster here though can be dangerous if he doesn't have it for the Horde.
Aggressive Lone Wolf. Oh, Divine Warrior coming down. I don't know if I like this.
I mean, it's alright. He has Rage, so it's gonna deal with the Wolf much faster than usual. Also has a really good Screaming Scrat to tank the Cleaver hit.
Here comes up Setsu.
That was a fairly just very solid play at top lane to
messy exchange. I feel messy. I personally feel like it was a messier exchange on Darien's end. He played a lot of units he did kind of have to, or felt like forced to play.
On Cat's end, I felt that was very well played overall, very solid performance and good swap at the end as well to take care of the Cleaver and get the bottom bridge. Both have a third perk now.
Darien's unsure. Darien's a little unsure in himself. He's playing cards. He's actually he actually flooded 2 mana.
Yeah, right now Darien cannot be super confident considering. That it also hurts. Considering he's 500 health behind, he is 10 to 15 XP behind. He's probably feeling the pressure right about now.
Here comes the Setsu jump, and he grabs the bridge too. So this is gonna be some body blows. This is what Darien kind of wants. But there we go.
Invulnerable again.
Back to invulnerable again. Cat just showing how good he is on this KP and how good it is right now in the current state of the game.
And it's Blastmaster taking care of all those remaining scrats on Darien's side.
As the game kind of slows down here, let's talk about Blastmancer a bit. Blastmancer, early on its existence, was considered a very meme joke card.
Well, yeah, sure. It wasn't the most popular.
No, like back in the day, like everyone was laughing at him. Like it was back in the day, Blastmancer was a meme.
I mean, personally, Blastmancer.
Now he's one of the most solid tournament picks of tournament cards and tournament picks, and even in ladder queue. It's amazing how things turned around.
One of the biggest reasons for the prevalence and power of Blastmaster is just that you've had this meta with Horde for a while, and it just deals with that perfectly. And I mean, sure, yeah, it does also counter Storm decks.
Oh wait a minute. Let's slow down here a bit. As the game, or let's speed up. I mean, the game is very much on the end. Speed up. The game is almost on the dagger's edge. Darien at 82 HP. We got.
Yeah, I mean, I think Darien is quite
There's
dead here.
Flightless Dragon. So no, he's got to clear this Flightless Dragons. He can't even let them hit one. There we go. Good block. Okay. Again, you have to remember. Ooh, he misses one. No, Darien misses one. He's forced to play this early. Cat's just controlling everything. Cat has Mana Frenzy again. Darien's on the cusp of a loss here.
Yeah, Darien does not have what he needs to defend here. He's playing against Frenzy, he's playing against Cat on top of that, and he's playing against huge health advantage in comparison there, and it's just nothing you can do.
And that's GG.
Another fairly long game. Another.
Good back and forth. It's just Darien did not. Again, Cat defended really well, and Darien did not get enough body blows in.
Yeah, it feels like Darien kind of maybe lost his confidence. Not necessarily losing his confidence, but it felt like he started quite well, but then kind of fell off a bit in the later mid stages of the game, and then ended up falling behind, and in the end losing.
Yeah, it comes down, especially when you play the Setsu King Puff matchup, it really comes down to sometimes how much damage can you get off at Setsu before perk 3. Before King Puff hits perk 3, of course, and not a lot. And Darien did not get enough damage off to put the pressure on Cat Cat just knowing the matchup, knowing how to play defense. He
I mean,
sat down
Cat
and slowed
knows
the game
how to
down.
play everything.
Yeah, slowing the game down, making sure Darien could not use the Setsu to jump on face as freely as he wanted to. As you saw there, Darien had to keep jumping around. Blastmancer also being a big part of that, basically slowing down any even small swarm that would have been an issue because Setsu would jump and tank for them. But Blastmancer just said no. You're not allowed
Also,
to
I
come
don't
here.
know if Darien or Cat is done with their series, but Lasur and
They're
Grey
done.
Wolf is
Cat-
still going.
They're done. Darien and Cat are done because Cat won twice already.
All right, good point. Good point. I'm blind, but yeah, Grey Wolf and Lasur is still going. If it's possible to jump into that.
All right, so
Alright.
we're jumping into Grey Wolf and
So Grey Wolf on his Stormbringer and Lasur on his Ape. I don't think we've seen Lasur highlighted at all this tournament so far. Hasn't gotten screen time before now.
Yeah. Well, we get to watch him now, so hopefully that's actually Grey Wolf having the EXP lead by a
So
lot.
Lasur playing like a variation
Lasur
of
is
the
playing,
Guardian Boomer deck.
He's playing what's
Good
that?
play
He's
by Grey
playing
Wolf.
a good aggressive deck. Good
Very
Olek,
nice scrimmage got play though
Death
by
Ball
Grey Wolf there.
good Death Ball style deck, and he's actually the game has actually lasted quite a bit. But Grey Wolf is about to get Mana Frenzy, so
I think Grey Wolf is gonna run
this
away with the
if
game
he
shortly.
if he needs to Death Ball now, if he wants to win, he needs to form a Death Ball now, and it needs to work.
And I don't think
Unfortunately,
that's
there-
gonna happen.
Fire Imp stopping the party. But wait, let's look at top lane. There is a small push. Guardian empowered Soul Stealer. Here we go. It's gonna get
But,
no, it's
yeah.
not gonna get
And
those
then
Marines.
Grey Wolf just textbook counters it, and that's it. I think that's going to be it for Lasur in this game. I don't think he's gonna get another chance to make a push. So I think I don't think he's gonna last much here. Grey Wolf is just gonna smack the units down one after another, and overwhelm Lasur in 5 seconds time. 10
Yeah.
HP and dead.
Unfortunately, the Death Ball did not. He got a lot of chances off, and by lasting
mean-
this long in the Death Ball game, that means you're actually playing. You're playing really well, and you're trying to get as many chances. Just unfortunately, the Bind Warrior
Yeah,
just really strong
I
right
mean,
now.
Well, I mean, even
right
after
now.
the change, Divine Warrior still has the
I say
invulnerability.
buff, not change. Buff.
I wouldn't necessarily. I mean,
Buff.
some call it a nerf, some call it a buff. I just say it's a change. Up
Nah,
to
it's
what people
I
say.
say. I honestly think that's a straight off buff. It's such a good. It's even a good cycle card now because of being at 4 mana. But yeah, Lizard
It's
just
a buff in some regards and a nerf in other regards. I mean, I don't know. People can say what they want. It's a change anyway. That's at least the one objective truth.
But Lizard, he had a lot of opportunities there. Just the pressure that is Divine Warrior, the pressure that is Fire Imp, especially now that they're both that combo is not 9 mana but 8 mana. Just
Yeah, I mean,
too much for the Death Ball at times.
Yeah. Grey Wolf just played it really, really cleanly, really like professionally as well. He saw the big ball coming, the big push coming. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna place down my Marines for support. Gonna place down my Divine just in time to tank all the damage. Gonna place down my Shrimps to DPS down the Guardian in a few seconds, and then finish off the empowered with my ranged anti-air."
Let's give it a. We are being asked to check if there are any more games.
I'm
Refresh
pretty
that.
sure that was the last one because that was the only other game that was not finished. I'm pretty sure. I can refresh, but I think that is the last game of the Swiss stage, and it does seem to be so. Every other game has been reported, so it does seem that round 7 is over and that the Swiss stage of KPC 32 is done.
Yeah, let's review. Since all the scores have been reported, let's
We
look
can
over.
check the top 8, and we
let's
might
look-
as well just go through
let's look over
the
the-
top people anyway. Oh,
let's look
actually,
over the
wait,
top
is this correct? Zenu is in first place, 1 point ahead of Cat at 19.
Yep, Cat
That
did
is-
get did get two 0'd by, I believe it was Maddie.
Oh yeah, but
Maddie
some.
2-0.
Oh right. He did actually. I did lose Zenu also lost the game, but I guess he just got one more win to bring the.
Getting that
so
2-1 over the 2-0. So
right,
yeah, that's
Zenu
probably...
getting Zenu currently number 1 at 19, Cat number 2 at 18, Rizzy number 3. Rizzy doing quite well this KPC so far, 16 points. Video Gamer also 16 points, number 4. Well, whatever. 5 Maddie 16 as well. Darien 15 on 6. Croaker X number 7 15. Tomato number 8 at 15. So that's the top 8 at least.
So who was 7th place? Sorry, I missed out.
7th place was Croaker X at 15.
So okay, so this is kind of like we will see in the next in our top 8. We will be watching the following. I believe it will be Zenu Tomato, because Tomato was 8. Darien, no, not Darien. Cat, Croaker. Right, Croaker was 7th place. So Cat, Croaker.
Then Rizzy and Darien, I'm guessing, and
Rizzy versus Darien and Gamer versus Matt. We have a lot of new blood in the top 8. I'm actually pretty excited.
new. I mean, Croaker X isn't brand new player, but I don't feel like he's placed top 8 much at all. Rizzy
in the top 8.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're definitely a bit of a different top 8 than I guess we're used to, but still we have like multiple top 8 players that we see.
Yeah, and I think it's a good split between I have to check the stats later on top 8s, but I think that's a good split of 4-4. We got 4 old guard in Cat, Darien, Gamer, and Zenu, I believe, also has a top 8.
I see James got 9th place and just said in Twitch chat that you just thank God he can go play Path of Exile now. Good for him.
It, James.
I'm
James,
glad he's happy.
Wait. James, we were supposed to play Divinity. How dare you ditch me once more? But
disgraceful. But yeah, James also got 9th there. Aser 10th, Westland 11, Mephisto 12, among others.
Mephisto, unfortunately, the champ will be bowing out early.
Playing those old school decks and not working yet.
Actually, another kind of a weak tournament from Mephisto overall. Maybe
I'm pretty sure that's down to deck selection more than skill, though. If you just played the decks like modern decks, more meta decks, you probably would have easily gotten into the top 8. I think.
You fully believe in the Paco conspiracy?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, it is a conspiracy. It's the truth. It's as plain as day, really.
Actually, I think. Another interesting thing, I think, all games in the next round will be between an old top 8 player, or someone who's been in the top 8 before, versus a player that's new to the top 8.
Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, Rizzy, Darien, so. But yeah,
I'm
overall.
Not sure. Again, a little out of the loop right now, but yeah, I think Rizzy. This is the first top 8.
Overall,
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, overall the trend holds. Like someone that's more used to the top 8 versus someone that is not that used to it. But yeah, that's the end of the stage.
You want to throw down some predictions? You want to at least predict the first round with me, Nom?
Sure. I mean, I can predict the first round here. I mean, I would say that Zenu wins over Tomato 9 out of 10 times.
Tomato and Zenu are quite good friends, but I think it would be the safe bet here would definitely be Zenu.
And obviously, I would say that Cat's going to beat Croaker X.
I'm actually interested in this one. I'm actually pretty interested in this one because Croaker is actually a pretty good player. Can he
He's
do
a good player. I still, I mean, it depends.
Cat is so much more dangerous in best of 5.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also when you don't have the opportunity to ban multiple decks, then it can be quite dangerous. And also, unless Cat is really tired.
I feel like Croaker can maybe stab at Cat. I think this will be close. I feel it might be close. I could be wrong.
Say like a 3-1 maybe, something like. Is probably what I would say, if anything.
So Darien versus Rizzy.
I would say Darien like 8 out of 10 times here personally. I think Darien is more of a consistent player.
I think this could go either way. Darien is very consistent. Darien is no stranger to top 8. He's no stranger to the finals. He knows this system. He knows how. Because when you're up there in top 8, when you're playing a best of 5, it's sometimes the nerves really get to you, and then and especially now that you're tired, you just did a long group stage, and we're going straight into top 8. Maybe experience wins the day here.
And
right?
Also, as Twitch chat is pointing out, Rizzy was top 8 last KPC.
KPC.
Maddie also been top 8 before, which wait, Maddie got second place last KPC, did he? I didn't watch the top 8 group stage. Like a lol.
I was sick. I was very sick, and top 8 for me is.
We're
6
doing
a.m.
our best, okay, chat. We're doing.
I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm sorry, Maddie. It's just 6 a.m. top 8 for me.
Just, definitely. It's like not really worth watching most of the time for us poor Filipinos. Huh.
For us living in the Asians, yeah, that's why.
I would.
So, okay, if Maddie does have a top 8, Maddie was second place last time, right?
That's what
I actually think
Twitch chat told me. I mean, Twitch chat told me so. So I don't know.
Twitch chat's to be believed. I believe Maddie beats Gamer.
I think. I mean, if Gamer doesn't choke, Gamer wins. But
Gamer chokes.
Is Gamer.
Let's face it. Let's be real here. We're in voice chat with Gamer. Most of the time when he's playing, when we're not working on KPC or we're just relaxing, we go into voice chat with Gamer during KPCs, and Gamer always panics.
He chokes a fair bit. I guess that's a good point.
I think Maddie is at advantage. This is Maddie's game to lose, is at least my opinion on this one.
I think can go either way. Like, that's probably the most dicey matchup of all the top 8, in my personal opinion, because it depends a lot on
if Maddie can, take advantage of Gamer. That came out wrong, but I mean, like, if Maddie can play into Gamer's head a little, because Gamer does tend to be a little, he gets a little more nervous with these top 8s, and we all know that.
Anyways, though, I imagine that we should be getting off here, since the top 8 should be starting soon enough, and there's supposed to be a break in between of 15-20 minutes, something like that. But yeah, that's been it for the Swiss stage. I personally enjoyed casting as per usual. It's always nice to just cast high-tier games. Maybe at some point I'll get to cast top 8. How do you feel getting back on the KPC grind?
I'm pretty rusty. I'm very rusty. I can feel it. Like I apologize if my casting was a little off today, everyone. It's been a long while, and I've been on break for about 2 months now. I think 2 months since I started my break. So I apologize if my casting sounded a little off or if I'm a little rusty. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. We had some really good games. Gamer, who was it? Gamer and shoot. See, my memory's shot already, and that's my age and my rush showing. It was Gamer versus Aser. Gamer versus Aser. Gamer versus Aser. Impressive series. I'm actually surprised not to see Aser in top 8. I thought he would be in top 8.
I suppose, yeah.
Maddie versus Mephisto was another one. Yeah, but let's transition off.
Anyways, let's not talk for 2 hours. I'm sure we'll be murdered by Twitch chat and the staff. But yeah, pleasure casting as always. Hope I'll be back for the next KPC or any other KPC. Really depends when I have time and all that. All
right.
I'll see you all next time.
We will see you all next time. And until top 8, have a fun one.
Enjoy it. Bye bye.